Hello everyone and welcome back to Meet Me at the Table. This is Colin and today we're going to continue our journey creating our kingdom here in Kingdom Legacy. I cannot believe how much fun I've had with this game and I can't stop thinking about it. So I decided we're just going to keep on rolling, maybe even get through the rest of the base game. I now have all three of the expansions and the Distant Land expansion is almost this size. It makes me so excited to do that one. From reviewing all of the comments, I believe there's only one card I made an error on, and that's this Young Forest card. I should have crossed off this top section first. I did this middle one because I was thinking that there were 3 sections of this. I don't know what I was thinking. So the next time I upgrade this, I'll cross off this one, and I won't get a wood upgrade sticker on here. But every time going forward, I hit one of the asterisk symbols, I get to add one additional wood symbol on here. So I'd have to actually upgrade this or use the end of turn effect 1, 2, 3, 4 more times to make that happen. I think all the other cards I've played accurately so far. We do know there's a chance I could mess up and we'll just keep on rolling, right? Here we have our permanent cards up top. I decided to choose Loyalty, Maximizer, and Strength in Numbers. So a lot of people called out, hey, it's a lot easier to have more people than having the sword symbols. So this is worth 2 points per person in our city at the end of the game, so I'm going to keep that one. Maximizer, it's worth -1 point per card with exactly 0 victory points on it, not including the permanent cards. That was this side or the expanding borders. My deck right now is only about 40 cards big, so getting up to 70 seemed like a lot. So I'm just going to have it on this side for Maximizer. And then finally, Loyalty. This is worth 35 points if there's no enemies in our kingdom. Right now we don't have any, and I'm hoping any that show up we'll make sure to take care of. We also had 2 additional cards to add to our deck, this Field Worker and the Merchant. I decided those instead of the Jester, and which one was this one? The storage building. So we're going to have the Merchant and we're going to have the Field Worker. Okay, I think that's good. I'll shuffle these into my deck. To remind ourselves, we also have our 3 permanent cards here, the Export, the Treasury, and the Army. I think there was a few times with the Treasury I could have spent a coin because I didn't do any upgrading and I could have started going up this track, so I'll try and remember to do that. Our exports, we have 6 total exports right now. Once we get 10 at the end of that round, we can add a sticker to one of our lands. So that's what I'm hoping I can get done this round. And I should say before the end of the base game. All right, let's draw our 4 cards and start our playthrough. Here we have our first 4 cards and we found our school with our scientist. I can't say no to that. So we're for sure going to do that upgrade for free. But before that, I can use my exotic fruit trees for 2 more goods to sell. That puts us up to 8 exported goods. I'm then going to use our end of turn effect here to upgrade a person in play for free. Normally we'd have to pay a wood, some metal, and 2 stone to upgrade our scientists. We get to upgrade him for free to the observatory, but then we have to flip this card, and then both of these are going to be discarded along with our distant mountain. Our next 4 cards, we have our Sanctuary, our Miners, which are actually worth 2 points right now, but if ever we want to upgrade them, they're the ones that we'd actually get -3. They're actually worth 4 points with that, Strength in Numbers. So I might not want to upgrade them. I was thinking of doing that. I think this round, I also have the Young Forest and the Quarry. So the Quarry and the Miners aren't super helpful with what we have here, but look what's on top of our deck, our Town Hall. If I use the Sanctuary effect and keep these 2 out, I think that's worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the end of turn effect on our Young Forest. I'm going to mark off this top section. So now we're all set up right. I don't get to add that symbol here for the additional wood until we cross off this one. So I'm going to have to do that again, but then this will be worth 2 wood. And I can do it again 2 more times to make this worth 3 wood. Seems worth it. And then I'm going to discard this to keep 2 other cards in play. So that way I will have actually 6 cards, and that includes this Town Hall. We now have our Town Hall, the Miners, an Opportunist, our Quarry, a Merchant, and our Forest card. So our Forest card, we could not, it's worth 1 wood. We need 2 wood here. So I really want to upgrade this Town Hall. I need 4 rock. I have 1, 2, 3 rock. I could get the 4th rock from our Merchant. And then we need 2 wood. and I could get 1 wood from this merchant is amazing. So we're going to check off 2 things here. We're going to check off 1 wood, and you can do these in any order. 1 wood and 1 stone. I think that's what I need. Yes. 1 wood and 1 stone. Are you serious? This is going to be great. We can upgrade our town hall. So we did that. So we have 1 wood and 1 stone. I then have to discard this because I used a check mark. Then we have a 2nd wood here. And we have 1 stone plus 2 more. That's our 4 stone. We can flip this. We now have a keep. That's worth 7 points. We can play 1 building or 1 land from our discard pile. Look what we need to upgrade this. That'll be worth 12 points. Our next 4 cards, we have our swamp, we have the stone bridge, our servant, and our worker. That worker is useless again because we have no building. On top, I have the beekeeper. So I could turn this into a gold, or I could turn this into a wood and gold, and we could flip that one. But I kind of want this one with the more land. And it would be another person. But I'm not guaranteed. So you know what? I'm not guaranteed. I'm going to use these 2. So I'm going to use that as wood. I'm going to discard them for wood. And I've got 1 coin here. That will let us flip this useless swamp. That swamp has become an accessible swamp. Still useless. But then we can start flipping this and get it towards some more trade goods. For this turn, we have a beekeeper, our fisherman's cabin, a forest, and a wild grass. And this is the wild grass that we upgraded. I have a couple options here, because I also have on top of my deck the deep jungle, which I need 4 wood to be able to upgrade this to being something that would stay in play and give us 2 wood and a coin for whenever we need it. Or I could spend the 3 and flip this. What's on this side? That one gives us a shore. Yeah, okay. All right, quick decision now. Downgrading this and discarding it for the 3 wood so we can upgrade this, and now we'll be able to discover the shore. That means all these are discarded. And once again, my beekeeper, I'm not putting the check marks. I need 3 more to get another one of these coin symbols. Our next 4 cards are the Deep Jungle, a hotel, which gives us another one of those goods resources, a deep mine, and our mercenary, aka Sir Barrent. I'm curious to see what's on the other side of this deep mine. Oh, that's the ruby mine. I want that, but you know what I'm thinking of doing? I have 1 coin here. I need 3 coins and 1 metal. Well, I already have a metal here. And on top, I do have my farmlands. So I'm going to advance. I'm going to advance once. It means the bazaar is also going to be out. Okay. This will mean I can sell one of these goods plus use 1, 2, 3 coins and 1 of the metal here to upgrade our mercenary. That will be our 9th export. And now we have Sir Barrent on our team. He gives us 1 automatic sword, and we can spend 3 metal to give him another permanent sword, and 4 metal for another permanent sword. Oh, he's going to be awesome. Our next 4 cards, we have the Wild Grass, Field Worker, our Cathedral, and the Wall. The Wall gives us 2 swords. Nothing that I can use that for right now, but it does stay in play. That's a person, so this is worth 1. This card has +1 productions. This is worth 2 coins right now, which would be enough to upgrade that. We could also use her to gain 1 coin. That's kind of worthless. I think we'll just do a quick upgrade of this card, which gives us more options to discard a card to get 2 gold if we need it. Our last 2 cards are the Wild Grass and Priest, and I'm just going to use that 1 gold as an end of turn effect to get us 1 point. This time, I remembered I can do that at my end of turn since there's no way I'm getting 2, 4, 6 gold and 2 trade goods for the priest. This game goes way too fast. We've already completed 1 round. Here's the next 2 cards we're going to discover, card 43 and 44. We found another person. He can let us spend 2 coins to discover a building project, 88 or 89. And then he can be upgraded to a brick road. Look at cards 109, 110, destroy one of them and discover the other. Oh, that's cool. And then this side, look at cards 111, 112. Oh boy, he's going to be fun. The Thunderstorm, when played, discard the next 3 cards of your deck. So remember, if I put that out with a set of 4, those 4 will come out, and then the next 3 cards will have to discard. Then this will immediately flip and get discarded. The next time this shows up, your lands produce double. You may not play any cards. End of that turn that it comes out, then this will flip back over to a Thunderstorm. Here we have our 4 cards to start our first round. We have our Mason, the Distant Land, Wild Grass, and the Sanctuary. Now, what I could do, Distant Land and Wild Grass, discard both of them to do this project and discover either 88 or 89. I'm planning on doing that, but then this Sanctuary is kind of useless. There's nothing to keep out there. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to advance. I've got this fishing boat on top, so we'll advance for 2 more cards on our query. I then think I am going to use the action ability here to discover Shore 75 and discard this card. Here we have our Shore card. It starts by just giving us a coin. We can then upgrade it to the Shipyard, which gives us a coin and 3 points. Then flip it over. We can gain a trade ship. Oh my gosh. And then we can use 2 people plus wood and coins to flip this over, and it becomes a trade route. When played, discover pirates. Do I want to discover pirates? I don't know, but this is so cool. It's opening up a whole new area of water exploration. I then might as well spend the 2 coins here and discover card 88 or 89. Still, none of these are upgrades, so none of these are ending our activation. We can either have another permanent card, a perfect tower. But what if the perfect tower would be infinitely tall? So be it. This card is permanent. It would take your turn, but spend one of your rocks below, and you'd mark this from left to right. Could get 75 points. The deep pit is the other one. It starts with just a rock for production. Then buildings have +1. Oh, this gives us a double, an option. We can either just flip this here and all of our buildings will have +1 coin production, or we can flip this way. It becomes a pit settlement. Mark 1 for complete, and then once it is complete, this stays in play. Mark 1 below to discard 1 enemy, worth 2 points per X. Oh, so you can make a prison. Okay, yeah, this is just points. Boring. I'm not going to do that one this time. Now, if that Mason shows up, I can do another one and I could have both. But to start off with, I'm going to grab that deep pit and put it in our discard pile. With just these 2 cards out, I think I'm going to continue to advance. I have the Deep Jungle on top of my deck, followed by the Opportunist. Oh, we could upgrade this with just 1 more coin, because I've got 2 wood and 1 coin here. I can also flip him, but I'm enjoying him just staying the way that he's at. My next card is my Keep, which lets us play 1 building or land from our discard pile. I guess I'm going to push these 2. Okay, I got the Accessible Swamp, which I would need 2 coins. This is only 1 coin, and this is 2 wood. So I can't, if I upgrade this one, what happens next? Okay, it's starting to get us to more trade goods. I think I can just discard this Keep and get for us this Distant Land. That would give us the 2 coin, and then we have the 2 wood here to do the upgrade. And then I could leave this in play in case I want to upgrade it with the Sanctuary. Sure, why not? Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to spend this plus this. That's 2 wood. That's 1 coin. And 2 wood. Oh, I need 2 coins, not 1 coin. I can't do that, Colin. I need a whole nother coin. I have a double coin available on top of the deck. I guess. We're just going to... Because we can save 2 cards out, right? We can save 2 cards out anyways. But look at this. I've done so much. I feel like I'm flying through this. All right, so we have 2 coins here and 2 wood here. These 2 can be discarded to then upgrade this card, and that's going to upgrade into a Shallow Mine. And that will let us discover a card 8485, which is nice. Then this will let us keep 2 cards out. I'm going to keep the Deep Mine out and the Distant Mountain, and these ones will all be discarded. Okay, now I get to draw 4 more. We have our Field Worker, and I'm starting to curse myself. She always seems to show up when it's not super helpful. 1 wood or 1 coin here. I have that Felled Forest, the Young Forest, a Distant Mountain, that Deep Mine, and the Bazaar. Oh, that Deep Mine, I just feel like I'm wasting it. I could get 2 wood. I need 3 wood and 2 coin. Well, this is the scary part. You know what's on top of my deck? The Prominent School. And I can't upgrade her. I don't want to waste that card. So I'm thinking, as much as this stinks, well, this could give us another wood, which still isn't enough, right? I'm thinking of just spending the 1 coin here to upgrade this again. It's so nice to have the ability to gain 3 wood, and then I'm just going to discard all of these. Now, if conversely, well, I already did it, but conversely, I could have done this one and just gained a 2nd wood. I'll probably do that the next time I see this one. For our next turn, we have our prominent school, the forest, our stone bridge, and the beekeeper. This isn't great either. The top card on my deck is the hotel, which is awesome because if you think about it, the entrepreneur is the one that made the school. But I don't see... I'd love to upgrade this card, which I need 2 coins. Actually, that'll work. I'm just going to do this. 1. Oh, and our other one is the wall. And our next card, you guys, is the thunderstorm. Bummer. But now we have 1 coin plus 2, and that will be our next trade good that we can use. With those 2 coins, we can finally upgrade this and we can discover some more land. This does mean we have 10 total exports. So at the end of this round, we'll be able to place a sticker 1, 2, or 3, which is either coin, wood, or stone on one of our lands. These 2 cards will have to be discarded. Our wall can continue to stay in play. Here we have our next 4 cards, and unfortunately the thunderstorm goes off. When played, discard the next 3 cards of your deck. So we're going to lose our miners, the worker, and our servant. Wow, 3 people. We're going to discard all of those. Flip this card so it becomes this side, the rain side, and goes into our discard pile. When it becomes the rain side, next time it'll actually be somewhat helpful to us. I don't think I called out the fact, though, that when this is out, you cannot play any additional cards. So whatever's out there, you better hope it's helpful. Okay, so we have... Oh, man, this is kind of awesome. We could discover the astronomer. Why wouldn't we want to do that? If we discover him, he gives us the ability to just spend 2 coins, and we can mark these, and they're worth 2 points each. So that at the end of our turn, we're certainly going to do that. I'm going to place him in my discard pile. I think... Looking at our deck, we have the wild grass worth 2 coins on top. I would love to use this merchant, but I guess we'll just wait. We will spend this for sure for 2 more of the trade goods. That gives us a total of 12 trade goods. And then instead of discarding this for another trade good, we're using this ability to discover the astronomer. And we'll discard these cards. I've placed out my next 4 cards. We have our plains, the wild grass, Sir Bernt, and our cathedral. Our cathedral means we have for coins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total coins. I have this priest here. I'd love to upgrade the priest, but even if I put him out, there isn't going to be anything that we can do with him. He can be awesome, but I have a feeling that I need a better engine to have him work, and I'm not doing it. I have 3 swords as well. For my army, I need a total of 4. So I need to get Sir Bernt upgraded and then have him and the wall out, and we'll get 4 swords. So I think for this time, we have a couple options. We could spend the coins and upgrade this, or we could do the treasury, but I'm all for upgrading cards first versus victory points. So 1, 2, plus however many coins we get there, we'll flip this over. We now have another farmlands card. That's our upgrade. These are all discarded. We would then have the priest come out. Nothing we can do with these 2. So we'll just end our round. Our next 2 cards we get to discover, 46 and 47. We have our camp and the Dark Knight. -3 points. You may not play cards, upgrade, or use your end of turn effects. Spend 3 swords to defeat him. Oh, we can do that. He'll flip over to an impressed boy. And then we can flip him to a squire. Or we can actually discard him for 2 swords. That'd be kind of sad. But we could change him to this and then get 3 swords. Interesting. All right, Dark Knight, we're going to take you out. Campfire. That can turn into a training ground. You can spend a coin to gain a sword. We can flip this over to another Sir. Who are we going to make this then? All right, we'll have to decide who that's going to be. Right now, though, we're on the camp side. Before we start the next round, we need to remember we had 10 total exports or more. So we could place a sticker 1, 2, or 3. I chose the wood onto one of our land cards. I placed it on the young forest. This means eventually we could have 4 wood on this one land. I like doing it on a land that we're not going to upgrade anymore, and there's not a lot of those, so that's why I felt like that one was worth it. Our first 4 lands, we have the shore, a forest, our hotel, and the deep jungle. this seems like a no-brainer. I need 3 wood and 1 gold. We've got a gold here. We've got 1 and 2. Gosh, I really want to upgrade this, but we never get to it. I think it's worth it to upgrade this. So we will sell that 1 trade good and we gain 1 coin, 1, 2, 3 wood. We'll be able to upgrade the shore to the shipyard. That means we're up to 13 total exports. Our next set of 4, we have the cathedral, our wild grass, a merchant, and a bazaar. And on top of my deck, I have this, the mason again. So when I'm thinking, I don't want to put the mason out right now. I need 3 coins to upgrade the bazaar, and I actually have that. The cathedral's worth 2, and the wild grass is worth 2. Let's just do it. Upgrade this. We now have the market, and if we can get 5 coins, look at this. This can just be used as one of any type that we need, which seems cool. So we'll upgrade that to the market. For this turn, we have our mason, the shallow mine, our beekeeper, and the prominent school. Okay, now we have to decide. Well, I don't even have enough coins, but on top of my deck, I do have the farmlands, which would give us enough coins to get that 89 card. I don't really care about the permanent cards. I'm not going for a score here. I'm going for exploration. So I do think I'm going to just discard this card for the beekeeper so we can mark another X right here. And once we get 2 more of those, that beekeeper is going to be worth something, which will be nice. So we'll discard that. We're also going to discard this and discover mine 84 or 85. And of course, by discard, I actually mean destroy. So that's gone, and we now have both mines, and that will be placed in our discard pile. Then I am going to flip this so we get the free upgrade of the mason to the brick road. And then these will both go to my discard pile. Our next 4 cards, we have our camp, which I want to upgrade so bad. Our distant mountain, farmlands, and forest. Now, I want to remember, distant mountain, what is this? Okay, the mine is useless now because we have both 84 and 85. So that card is not nearly as important, but we could get it flipped with the 2 coins here. But I really want to do this. I would need metal, though. On top of my deck, I do have the sanctuary, so let's take a chance. We'll put him out, followed by the astronomer. Okay, we could just use 2 coins to mark one of these. Why don't we do that for now? Okay, let's see. Don't be rash, Colin. On top of our deck, we have the priest. He is so unhelpful still. I need to upgrade him. I could keep going for trade goods, though. I've got enough coins, don't I? 1, 2, 3. No, I only have 3 coins. I need 6. You know what? What if I did this? I'll spend the 3 wood here, downgrading this and discarding it, so we can upgrade this card permanently to 2 coins, and that will be able to stay in play. Then I'm going to discard this one to keep these 2 in play. Who cares about the astronomer? He's just worth points. Our next 4 cards are the priest, the farmlands, our exotic fruit tree, and our explorers. Now this is where it gets really interesting. So I need 2, 4, 6 total coins. If I look here, the top card of my deck is this rain card, which would double the resources of all the lands. Yeah, all lands produce double. So that'd be 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it because we should be able to upgrade the priest because we have 2 of these exotic goods. I think so. So we're going to put out the rain. And we're going to put out the wild grass. Okay, and we have the keep on top of our deck. This means this land produces 4 trade goods. I'm going to use 2 of them for my export. I believe I can do that. That moves us up to 15 total exports. 5 more and we already get an upgrade. That's awesome. So we'll discard that. We have 2 remaining. This one we can use for 2 coins, and this one we can use for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total upgrades. Plus that, we should be able to upgrade the priest. But before we do that, we do want to do the effect here. Discover a new region. And then we're going to flip this down. So 71 through 74. We have another shore card. How can I say no to that? We've got a boat. So we're going to place that into our discard pile. And we can flip him finally to the cardinal, which is perfect because I have the cathedral. Now we can upgrade 1 card in play. As normal, this does not end your turn, so we can maybe upgrade 2 cards. But that will end our turn. All of these are going to go down, and this is going to get flipped, and we're going to have to deal with the thunderstorm next time. We've drawn our next 4 cards and I don't love it. We've got an opportunist and a servant with our keep and our deep mine. Ooh, this could let us play a building from our discard pile. Do I have, or a land, something that could help us? Let's see. You know what? We could bring in the camp and upgrade it. The reason I'm thinking of doing this, I have on top of my deck that blasted Dark Knight. I don't think I'm going to be able to take him out this time. So I am going to discard this to bring in the camp. The camp, we need a coin. We can use him as a wood, and this would be the metal. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll flip this over to the training grounds and discard these. We have our next 4 cards, and that Dark Knight is showing up at the wrong time. We've got 2 swords here. I had 1 sword from before, but I couldn't keep it out. And unfortunately, Sir Barrett isn't with us right now. So we cannot play any more cards. So this deep pit, I can't use it. We've got a stone and we've got some metal. I've got 2 coins. We've already discovered Shore 75. So I think for this round, the only thing we can do is check off another one in our treasury. Because at least he doesn't take our gold. But so that will be 2 points worth. That's by using our fishing boat. Our next 4 cards, we have the Deep Pit, our Accessible Swamp, which is somewhat appealing if we can upgrade that. That's another way to get trade goods. We could just pump up the trade goods. We have our Field Worker and our Young Forest. And on top of our deck, we have just our Worker. Remember him from a long time ago? He was our bandit. I love that he is here still. It's so cool. This game is really interesting. I love it. What I'm thinking of doing, we can spend this field worker to double the land here. Choose a land and play, gain its production as resources. So that's 2 total wood. That's 4 wood. That lets us flip this into a pit settlement. Then we'll just take 3 rounds and then we can flip this. I think that's good. Our final 3 cards are our worker. There's Sir Barrett. Where is my 3 metal? I wish I had 3 metal. And we have 1 trade good and a coin. I can use our worker here to double that. So we have 2 trade goods and 2 coins. I'm going to discard that. We'll move up 2 more on the trade good. And 2 coins, I need 3 for the treasury, so that's useless. That does mean, though, we have 17 total exports that we've completed. We'll likely, by the next round, be able to place a sticker 7 on a person. That 7 is kind of cool. It stays in play. That person can stay in play. We could put that on the Cardinal, and then when we're ready to do an upgrade, or we could do it on Sir Barrett, and then he could give us a sword. Okay, we've got options. Before we discover our next cards, we have another stop card. Even more immigrants are longing for a place to follow their dreams, and your kingdom seems to deliver on that promise. That's cool. This round, instead of discovering 2 cards, look at the next 4, discover 2, and destroy 2. We have as options Royal Architect. This is destroy one of the following cards in play to discover an improved version of it. Castle or Diamond Mine. Oh my gosh. Or a temple. That's cool. And then on this side, what is this? It's just a Bridge of Marvel. 15 points. Okay, then we have an envoy. Spend 3 coins to discover the trader. The trader is basically like another bazaar. Then we can spend just 3 coins to get the investor. That's 120. And this investor, she looks cool. Gain any 3 resources. Then you'd flip her, and you'd flip her, and you, oh, and she grows with you. Oh, that's, I love this game. Okay, I kind of want that one just because. Then we could get the ally, and the final one here is the consort. I almost feel like I'm gonna have to do this emissary, or actually it's not the emissary, it is the envoy. The other 2 people we have here is the traveler, which can help us find just some more additional land all the way up to 129. And then this one discovers border, which gives us more swords. And the way I'm looking at it, because I kind of like the army, I feel like I'm going to do magistrate and I'm going to do envoy. Oh, but I love that Royal Architect. But I don't have any of these things upgraded, and I'm concerned I'm not going to, and they're kind of a waste then. So I think I'm going to do these 2 people. Oh, this game is so cool. To start our next round, we have our beekeeper, the envoy, our shipyard, and our fishing boat. I would love to upgrade that shipyard. I have a sanctuary on top of my deck. How do I push it, and I can likely keep something out? Yeah, why the heck not? I'm going to place out the sanctuary, and our next card is the pit settlement. Okay, that would give us wood and stone. So we would need, if we wanted to upgrade this, 4 wood. I don't have 4 wood. Conversely, I could use 1, 2, 3 coins here and then use the sanctuary to keep these 2 out. Yeah, why don't I do that? So I'm going to spend these 3 coins. I'm going to get the trader, which is this card 119, and place that into our discard pile. And this, and then discard this so I can keep these 2 out. With our next set of 4 cards, we have our mine, the market, the astronomer, and our exotic fruit trees. I love these fruit trees. If I wanted to upgrade our shipyard, I need a coin and 4 wood. I have 1 wood here. I have no other wood anywhere else. So I'm not sure that's going to happen. Instead, I could try and upgrade our mine here to a deep mine. That would just be 3 wood. I have 1 wood here. I have a 2nd wood here, and I would just need a coin to give us the 3rd wood. And I do have a coin on top of my deck, this stone bridge. So let's use that. We'll place that here. Oh no, we have our thunderstorm. With that thunderstorm, we have to discard the top 3 cards of our deck. No way, I lost my cardinal. So these 3 cards are going to be discarded. This gets flipped over to rain, and we just lost those. That means, without a doubt, let's spend the 2 trade goods here. That gives us a total of 19 exports, just 1 more, and we can do another sticker. We'll spend this coin here to turn it into a wood. We'll use this as a wood, and this as a wood and a stone to be able to upgrade our mine to a deep mine. I would like to get that all the way to a diamond mine, but that's going to take a bit. So we at least have a deep mine. Our next 4 cards, we have our young forest and our deep jungle, our merchant, and our food barns. This can stay in play. I'm not going to use it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use 2 wood for my merchant. So 1 here and 1 here, and we'll discard her. Plus that young forest for 2, we can finally upgrade this deep jungle. And this one will also be a stay in play for the treehouse. Our next 4 cards, we have our brick road, which I'm really excited to explore. Our servant, our food barn still stays out, and our worker, and our field worker. So that worker could actually generate 2 more coins. 4 coins, though, isn't super helpful. I'm thinking of just doing this effect. Look at cards 109, 110, destroy one of them, and discover the other. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and we're going to discard all these cards, keeping the food barn in play. The barn just starts with 1 coin production, then a coin or a wood. Then we'd flip this over. Ooh, countryside. Put a card in play at the bottom of your deck so you could see it again. And this one, choose 1 card in play or discard pile, put at the bottom of your deck. That's cool. So that would be the barn. This small guild, 1 coin, then a coin or a wood. Then we've got either one of those. What is this? Discard any number of persons to write that number in one of these. Yeah, you know, I was kind of thinking the building, but I'm actually liking the idea of the barn, so I'm going to burn this one. We're going to do the barn. We drew our next 4 cards. Don't forget that food barn gets to stay out. We have, and actually the wall is going to be able to stay out. Wild grass in the cathedral. We have lots of coins. But I think for my upgrade, I'm going to discover border 130. Yeah, why not? That sounds cool. This is going to be a town border card, and we have 2 options. We can either just upgrade this once to a watchtower. You may look at the top 2 cards of your deck. That would be cool, and it gives us a sword. Or on this side, a double wall worth 4 points for each wall, including this. Stays in play, and I already have a wall. Ooh, all right. Oh, this game is amazing. Now I need 3 rocks so I can upgrade him. For this round, we have our keep that showed up, our Dark Knight trying to assault the keep, but Sir Berent is there. Berent, you're the man. And then we have our deep mine. So what we can do is use Berent and our wall. That's 3 swords. You may not play cards or upgrade or use any end of turn effects, but we can spend the 3 swords to defeat the Dark Knight. He's going to be flipped to an impressed boy, and we'll place that into our discard pile. We had to use these 2. That was not an upgrade. That was one of those action icons. So what I can still do is discard my keep, because I don't think I'm going to get... I need 6 stone, 1 metal, and 2 wood. I've got 2 metal and 1 stone, but on the top of my deck I have my felled forest, so that's not really going to help us. So I think I'm going to discard this, and I think I'm going to get a building actually. I grabbed the treehouse, which actually lets us keep it in play from round to round, which is really nice. So that means I would have 2 wood, and I have the 2 coins. So I just need 1 more wood. So let's take the chance. I've got the felled forest. That's useless. That's worth nothing. But I have the regular forest. That will work. I think so, because that's 1 wood. That's 2, 3 wood, and 1, 2, 3 coins. Yeah, so everything will get discarded, but this deep mine is going to upgrade to a ruby mine. That's our first ruby mine. And then eventually we can get it to a diamond mine. Oh, that's cool, but everything has to get discarded. Here we have our next set of 4 cards. I'd love to upgrade my shore, but I do not have any wood remaining. I've got 2 of my gold here, plus a gold and another trade resource. And I think I'm just going to discard this to go ahead and add 1 to my exports. That will mean we can add sticker 7 to 1 person though, which will be really helpful because I've traded 20 goods. The top card of my deck is this renowned school, and I'm actually kind of interested. I'm losing the distant mountain. That's okay. I am going to add 1 resource sticker to a person in play and then cross off this ability. So going forward, this card's just worth 6 victory points, nothing else. But I can place a sticker onto our miners, and I think I'm going to do another metal. That way they generate 2 metal and 1 rock, and I don't need to flip them over and make them worse. But that will mean I have to discard all these cards. I only have 3 cards remaining. I'm thinking that I'm going to discard this for 1 of the exports. That means we're now at 21. And then I do think I'm going to upgrade our opportunist to a sword. I'm feeling like we're going to need more swords in this kingdom. And maybe we can get 4 swords out at one time and actually do this army card. But that will discard these, and that's going to end this round. Our next 2 cards we can discover are the Mighty Mound and the Witch. Okay, this Mighty Mound eventually will turn into a peak village. And, ooh, what does that say? We can reset to discover a town. Well, that's cool. And then we have the Witch. This one's a -3. This is an enemy. We need to get rid of this, otherwise our loyalty isn't going to be very helpful. We have to spend 4 swords to defeat it. Or we can discard 3 people to flip it over. At the end of your turn, discover the next 2 cards from your box. So it would push us. We don't really want that at all. If we flip this over, then it's the Witch's cabin. We can spend only 3 swords to defeat it, or we can destroy 1 person to defeat it, or at the end of turn, discover the next 2 cards from your box, then discard this, or destroy it. Ooh, that is gross. We don't want her in here at all. Why are you in our kingdom? Our first 4 cards this round, we have the Stone Bridge, some farmlands, an envoy, and a shipyard. Oh, I'd love to flip that shipyard. That would get us a trade ship. But we're not there yet. I need 4 wood and a coin. I've got lots of coin already out here. 2 plus 1, which is 3. So let's use the 3 coin. We'll upgrade him. So next time we can find the investor. That investor was pretty cool. So we'll discard these and draw 4 more. Our next 4 cards, we have our field worker, that brick road, which I'd love to upgrade, but that's 4 rock. Our wall, which is good, that's 2 swords. Remember that witch, we need 4. So finding that now is great. We'll leave this out till we have her show up. And our felled forest. What I'm thinking of doing, it seems kind of a waste, but the top card of my deck, you know what it is? It's the school. And that school does nothing now. It's just worth 6 points. It has no resources, nothing. So I'm thinking of using the coin here to upgrade this yet again to a forest, so we can later on discard or just downgrade this to use it for 3 wood. And then we'll leave the wall in play. Our next set of 4 cards, we have that renowned school, our Mighty Mound, which I really want to upgrade. I need 3 wood. Our sanctuary and our market. I also would love to upgrade our market. Both of these I want to upgrade. Because I have this sanctuary out, I feel comfortable advancing because we can try and keep 2 cards out in play if I don't upgrade one of those. So our first one was the worker, which we knew about. Oh, our next one is the shore. Oh, I want to upgrade the shore too. There's so many cards I want to upgrade. Okay, that means we have, this can double, choose a building in play and gain its production as resources. Well, this doesn't have any resources. That could work for that building. Oh, interesting. Do I push for the witch? We still have kind of a huge stack here, though. I don't know if I want to keep pushing for the witch, but that could give me 4 swords right there. It's kind of appealing. Let's see. I have 1 gold, and that's it for resources. I gotta push again. I've got my treehouse here, which gives 2 wood and 1 coin, and that stays in play. And that's a building. He can be used to double that. I also have my food barns, so I'll place that out here. And on top of my deck, I have the impressed boy, who used to be a bad guy, but now he's impressed. So let's see. 1, 2 wood. Can I make a 3rd wood for this? I could if I use this. So I could do 3 wood right here between these 3 and upgrade them. And then I could discard this one to keep in play this card and the worker. Yeah, why not? So what we'll do is we will use this card. That's 2 wood and a coin. Turn that coin into a wood. That'll be the 3 wood that we need to upgrade this card. So now it is a hill settlement. And then we'll discard this one. We will keep this one in play. This stays in play. We'll discard this to keep the other one in play. Wow, we're going to have 8 cards in play for our next one. That's kind of sweet. Our next 4 cards, we have the Impressed Boy, who we can actually destroy to gain 2 swords at one time. The Traitor, we have the Witch, which we need to spend 4 swords to defeat it, and we can do that. And our Accessible Swamp. So I do think we're going to use our worker here. He is going to double the production of this building, so that's 2 swords. And we're going to discard this one for 2 more swords, and this witch is gone. That was not an end of turn action or an upgrade, so we can continue going. Let's see what else we want to do. In order to upgrade my accessible swamp, I just need 1 wood and 2 coins. Well, I have 2 coins here, and I can change this together into 1 wood. Let's do it. And then we'll just discard the Impressed Boy. Our next 4 cards, we have our Pit Settlement, we have our Servant, our Barn, and our Deep Mine. I'm thinking this time I'd like to do my Pit Settlement, so I'm going to get an X here, and then I have to discard that card. Once it's completed, I can actually flip this, and this will be pretty sweet. So I'm going to do that. That was not an upgrade or an end of turn action, but now what I have here is kind of useless. I can get 1 wood here. I need 3 wood. I've got the Cathedral on top of my deck, which gives me coins, but coins isn't super helpful. Do I just... Well, there's no reason to discard. Well, there is. I could get 4 new cards. No, I'm just going to push. I'm going to push. We'll bring the Cathedral out. Oh, and we have Sir Barrent. Okay, it was worth it. Sir Barrent, we can use the Deep Mine with the 2 of the metal here. Oh, we need 3 metal. Oh, no. Wait. No, this can't be a metal. Okay, let's see. How can I make another metal? Well, I can make another metal. On top of here, we have the Ruby Deep Mine. That would give us 4 metal. Is that worth it? Yes, it is. Well, we could cross out this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to do these in order. So since we have 4, we could do the harder one and get a 2nd sword. Worth it. So we're going to put that out. Plus, we're going to have to put out our Distant Mountain. But then we are going to discard this one. We're going to sell that one export. That'll be a total of 22, and I'm realizing I think I forgot to put a sticker on, so we should do a sticker next time. That's what happens, right? And I'm sure I've made plenty of other mistakes, but that's 2 metal there, plus the 2 metal here, that's 4. So we've just spent the 4 metal. We can then cross this section out, and Sir Barrent is now going to be worth 2 swords. That seems thematically accurate, right? Barrent's slowly getting stronger. I love it. Let's discard all these. Our next 4 cards, we have our Recruit, our Beekeeper, our Young Forest, and our Rain. So our Rain is great. All of our lands produce double. So this is giving us 4 wood, but we have nothing to use that 4 wood with. That is so mean, and we cannot play any cards. So we're just going to have to use what we have here. So I think we will do a 3rd check mark on our Beekeeper. 1 more, and he'll be worth 2 coins instead of 1, which is nice. And then we might as well do this for our end of turn. We could upgrade him, but I want the sword. I want the sword. So we're going to upgrade him, and now this will be worth 3 wood instead of only 2. Wood seems to be one of the resources I don't have a ton of, so I'm totally okay with that. And then we'll flip this over. We're going to have a thunderstorm next time to deal with. Our next 4 cards, we have our keep, our magistrate, we have our observatory, and our hotel. I think we're going to continue to use our hotel for our export, selling another good. That means we now have 23 goods sold. We'll then take our keep, discard it, so that we can play a land from our discard pile. So right now, we have 1 coin sitting out. We have one coin. Then we have 1 stone. We have 2 metal and another trade good. I'm hoping I can do this, but I need another stone. Conversely, if we can get 3 stone, we can upgrade our magistrate. So let's push. We have the fishing boat. Oh, and we have the cardinal. Okay, with the cardinal out, we can do 2 upgrades. Oh, and we have the miners on top of our deck, and they have another stone. So let's do them. Oh, and we have training grounds. So the training grounds are going to go here. Okay, I think this will work. We can use our cardinal. Upgrade 1 card in play as normal. This does not end your turn. So we're going to use that ability. We have, no, I don't want to use that one. 2 coins, and then we have 1 stone plus the 2 metal here. And we have the extra rock here to be able to upgrade this, right? Because we needed 1 coin, we needed 2 rock and 2 metal. That will flip this to the lab. Oh, cool. And then we have 2 extra steel here that we can use to flip our training grounds over to our new serper. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So who is this going to be? You know what? Might as well. We'll have this one be Sir Colin. So we got Sir Barrett and Sir Colin. I'm definitely the more mature looking one. I think that makes sense. Our next 4 cards, we have our exotic fruit trees, which of course is 2 more trade goods. We have our merchant, which can really give us anything. I love that. Our town border, which is here. I'm wondering if we maybe, well, but I kind of want to upgrade this to a wall. But to do that, I need 4 rock. She could give me 2 rock. I don't think I have enough rock in this deck left. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to discard this for 2 more trade goods. That's 25 now. I'm almost up to discover dubbing, which I don't know what that is. I have the forest here on top. I don't have many cards left in my deck. I'm trying to decide, is it worth spending 2 resources, maybe even 2 coins, to then grab 1, it's worth 2 points on that astronomer. Otherwise, that card is worth nothing. Or this would give me 1 wood. I could convert that into 3 wood, and we could just upgrade this directly into a watchtower. That's letting you look at the top 2 cards and gives you a sword. The difference is with a double wall, worth 4 points for each wall, including this one, and I already have 1 wall. No, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think it's worth it. I am going to push. Yeah, okay. And then I have 1 card left. I'm going to just put it out. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend this card for 2 coins, and we're going to mark off one of these. Cool. That's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. At least this guy's worth something now, right? Thanks, astronomer. Then what I'm going to do is I need 3 wood and 1 coin. I actually don't even need to use the merchant. Spend the 3 wood, spend the 1 coin, and then that's going to flip this to our watchtower. Going forward, we'll have our watchtower. That means I gave up on the double wall, which hurts a little bit. Now I'm going to remember to place sticker 7 on a person. And sticker 7 is a stays in play. So when they come out, they'll stay in play for the rest of the round until we want to use them. I went back and forth on this, but I kind of think having the merchant stay in play seems awesome because I can have her stay out there, and then when I just need 2 stone or 2 of something, I can get what I need. So let's do the merchant. Our next 2 cards we will discover are the scribe, which is only helpful to us. End of turn, discard to make up to 2 other cards stay in play, and it can eventually be flipped to an architect. Reset to discover 1 building project. Ooh, and I make a lot of coins, so that shouldn't be too terrible. This one is Lord Athean. Oh, he makes 3 resources. Discover cooperation or discover a state, and then stay in play, mark 1 of these. Wait, is that what that one? I'll have to look this one up. Okay, this is interesting. We can mark 1 of these as many times as we want during a turn, and we don't discard them because it doesn't have the check mark. That's why that infinity symbol is there. We can mark as many as we'd like. That's how he works. But you can discard them to discover cooperation or discover a state. Okay, but this is red, which means I have to choose between him and Lord Nimrod. him we can discover Rival and Raid. That doesn't sound great though. But look, we can get swords up the wazoo, and he gives us a sword. I think I'm going to go with Lord Athan. I love the idea of discovering cooperation. It looks really cool, and estate also looks interesting. And this gives me a lot of the resources I need to upgrade some of my cards. So I think I'm going to go with these two. All right, let's put them into our deck and start our next round. Here we have our 4 cards, our Emissary, the Fishing Boat, our Sanctuary, and the Beekeeper. Now, what I could do, I could spend the 3 coins here, and I could discover the Investor. That's what I want to do. But I also want to get the last X here, because then he will generate for us 2 coins going forward. I do, on the top of my deck, have this Swamp Garden, so I think I'm going to advance, especially because I have the Sanctuary. Yeah, might as well. So I'll place these 2 out. Oh yes, we have the Wild Grass. We'll use these 3. Okay, first, we got to do this in the right order. First, Beekeeper. We are going to X out the last one of here, and then that means he'll generate 2 coins going forward. Then we'll spend the 2 plus 1, 3 coins here at the end of our turn to go ahead and grab that Investor. She looks kind of awesome. Gain any 3 resources, then she flips. Gain any 3 resources, then she flips. Gain any 1 resource, and then this one, gain any 3 resources, and then you just kind of go back and forth. Oh wait, no, and then she ends on this one because she gets older. That's so cool. But right now we'll have her on this side. She'll be placed in our discard pile. And then we'll discard the Sanctuary, keeping the Swamp out. For our next round, we have our Worker, our Trader, that renowned school, which was so helpful before and now just kind of clogs our deck, and our Pit Settlement. Okay, if our Pit Settlement is here, we could discard it to gain another X, 1 more X, and we could flip this. I'm really tempted. I could also discard my Worker to get 1 wood and 1 stone. I need 2 wood and 1 coin for the Swamp Garden. This can give me the 1 wood if I need, so long as I have a coin to spend. The top card of my deck is this Wall, so let's advance once because that will come out anyways. Okay, we have 2 coins with our farmland. So 1 coin, and then the other coin can turn into a wood, and then this can do the other wood. Yeah, okay, all right, I think this works. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to discard the farmlands. That's 1 coin, which is the coin that we need here. The other coin, we discarded to turn into a wood. Then we'll use this one to give us the wood and the stone. Now we've generated enough wood. But before I upgrade that, I believe I can still do a green check mark here, Xing this off because that's an action, and those resources are still out there, and then we use the resources to upgrade this, and then these get discarded. The wall will stay in play. With our next 4 cards, we have our Ruby Mine, our Lab, we have the Felled Forest, and we have Barrent, and then the Wall, of course. Now we've got a couple options. We could score ourselves 10 points by discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, Sir Barrent and the Wall. That would be 4. That would give us 10 points for the end of the game. Cool. But the other thing I can do is spend these 2 metal here to upgrade Barrent to 3 swords. Super cool. Or I can discard this card to find the Alchemist. Super cool. So I think because the chances of these 2 showing up at the same time is not as often or as likely, I'm going to discard this. I'll use that 1 trade good to export. That means we have 26 exports. And I was just about to cross this out, but we need 3 of the metal, not 2. Okay, well, I can still discard that for the resources. That's no problem. Then it's the question of Alchemist or the 4 swords. Oh, I really wanted that 5th sword. The top card of my deck is this Watchtower. Do I push it and see if I can get 1 more metal to show up? I almost feel like it's worth it. No, it's not. We're not going to do that this time. I missed it. So I think this time we're going to spend the 4 swords, and we're going to get the 10 points, and we'll get the Alchemist next time. Yeah, let's do it that way. That means now this card is worth 10 points instead of only 7. Our next 4 cards, we have our Watchtower, we have the Field Worker, our Hill Settlement, and our Shipyard. That means we get to look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Our first one is the Young Forest. That one's great. And our second one is the Shore, which is a coin. So if I brought in the Young Forest and then doubled it, that would give me 6. I would get 2 great options. I could just do the hill settlement. That goes to the hill village, which means we're only one away from the peak village. Or I could do this one because I know I'm going to get a coin. And so that would give me this trade ship. Wait, would it? I need 4 wood. Yeah, that would double it to 6 wood. Yeah, this one I need more than this one. So I think I'm going to do these next 2 cards for sure. I'm going to advance. And then I'm going to discard this to double the 3 wood. Okay, so now I've got 6 wood. I'm going to discard this for the 6 wood. I'm going to discard this one for the coin. And that's going to allow us to flip this over. Yes. Okay, and then we'll discard these. For our next turn, we continue to have the watchtower. We have our barn, the cardinal, our deep mine, and the impressed boy. The impressed boy could be upgraded with those 2, but then we're not using the cardinal. Can I upgrade more than 1? Our top 2 cards are the miners, and we have the astronomer, which is useless. Okay, if I pulled out the miners, let's see. The miners could give us 2 more metal and a rock. I'm not seeing anything. I might just forego the benefit of the cardinal this time. Use these 2 together to be able to upgrade our impressed boy to the squire, and then discard all of these. With our next 4 cards, we should be able to upgrade our magistrate with our merchant and our miner. Who cares about that astronomer? I need 3 stone, so I can use 1 here and 1 here. I'm using up all of her stone, but 2 stone plus the 1, that's 3. What's he going to get me next time? A border card. Cool. And then we'll flip him over. Look at him. He's getting older. That's so cool how they do this in this game. All these will get discarded. With our next 4 cards, we unfortunately have our Thunderstorm. That means we have to discard the next 3 cards in our deck. So we lost the Treehouse, our Forest, and Sir Colin. Sir Colin wasn't used this time. We do have our Wild Grass on top. I have pretty boring cards here. Oh, and this gets flipped and then put into our discard pile, so next time it's rain. That card's just annoying. I wish I could get rid of that one. Let's see. I need so much rock, so much rock to upgrade this to a castle. You know, I could get a coin. This is worth 2 coin. This would, you know what? I need so much. Okay, hold on. Before I start just advancing, I can discard this for now. I'm not going to get enough here. Let's see what building or land I have that may be useful in our discard pile. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to discard my keep to bring out my lab. And then I'm not going to advance. I'm just going to discard this so I can find the Alchemist card. This Alchemist looks so cool. You can spend 2 coins to rotate this card in any orientation. So you can turn it into 3 swords. You can turn it into discard a person. You may reset this instead. When discarding a person, you may reset this instead, so you don't have to discard the person. Interesting. And then you can have it as a love potion. Reset this card to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade goods. Our next set of 4 cards, we have some wild grass, a stone bridge, our cathedral, and our scribe. I want to upgrade our scribe. This is worth 2 coins because we have a person for, this has +1 for each person in play. So 2 coins, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually can just do it with what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I was not expecting that. Now we have the architect. Our next set of 4, we have Lord Athan, the food barn, our market, and the brick road. I kind of like the idea of upgrading this brick road. I need 4 total stone. I can cross this off for 2, and then I can discard him for 3, and I can spend this for 4, but then I'm not gaining cooperation or estate. I'm okay with that for 1 round. But I'm using up the 2 stone already. I need to find a way to make more stone so bad. So there's 2 stone. I'm using this for the 3rd stone, that for the 4th. That's going to allow us to upgrade this. And we're going to be able to next time look at cards 111 and 112 and discover one of those 2. Our last 3 cards in our deck, we have our exotic fruit tree, our hotel. I'm just going to discard both of those for 3 of the resources for exports. That means I'm at 29 exports. Oh, we're 1 away to get to 30. These 2 are discarded, and then I do think we're going to flip this one by upgrading it this way, because now it says reset the next time we have this to add any resource sticker as a production on any stage of this card without stickers. So we can make him a little bit better on another side. Look at what is showing up in our kingdom. We have an assassin and a plague. That sounds horrible. This says destroy the next person you play. If you do, flip this, or we can spend 3 swords to defeat him. Hopefully I can get 3 swords. What is it on the other side? Oh, then he's just an enemy soldier. When played, blocks 1 building land in play, and it stays in play. End of round, destroy the blocked card, if any, and then spend 2 swords to defeat. Okay, it doesn't seem terrible to defeat. This one stays in play. End of round, destroy any 2 persons in your kingdom. And then we have to flip this. Oh my gosh. And that also becomes an enemy. Oh, this is wonderful. To start us off for this round, we have our emissary, the merchant, the shore, and food barns. I'd love to upgrade this shore and start getting another boat out. But I do also want to upgrade this emissary. And I could get 2 coins, 3, 4, 5. I just need 1 more. And I have the wild grass on top of my deck. So why not? Let's do it. Oh, and we have exotic fruit trees. So that means we can totally discard the exotic fruit trees for 2 more of those exports. That means we're now at 31. We'll be able to discover dubbing next time. If we cross off 2 coins here, we have the coins we need to be able to do our next upgrade. I love it. So our emissary will flip over to our diplomat. We can get an ally, and we had to spend everything else. Our next 4 cards, we have our worker, the miners, our treehouse, and the felled forest. I could just spend a coin to flip this again, or I could actually turn this into a lumberjack, which I don't have any of those yet. But I would need 2 coins, which I can get with the worker, because the worker, that's a building. So yeah, that'll work. I'll use that. That will generate a coin and 2 wood. I'll discard this, so that means I have 2 coins and 4 wood. This will give me the stone. And now we have a lumberjack. Finally, a lumberjack in our kingdom. For our next round, we have a trade ship. We have Sir Barent, we have our investor, and our forest. And if I look here, I believe the cost here is 2 people. I've got 2 people, 2 wood, which I could fell this forest for 2 wood, but I don't have a coin. We could upgrade this. Well, I have the hotel on top of my deck. Let's do it. Oh, and I've got the watchtower after that, so that means I can look at the next 2 cards. Oh, our next 2 cards. This one is the alchemist, and then we have our renowned school. So I'm thinking I'll discard this for 1 coin plus the trade good. That means we're at 32 goods. Wow, that's cool. But that was the coin that we needed. We downgrade this for the 3 wood, and then we discard these 2. So I haven't used my investor's ability yet to gain 3 resources. That's okay, I can wait. Oh, I could have... No, I needed her for the 2 persons. To flip this, and the next time we play this, we get to discover the pirate. Is that good? Hopefully. And then this will stay in play. Our next 4 cards is the Renowned School, the Alchemist, the Wall, and the Magistrate. So at the end, I want to for sure do this. I think I can discover border 131. I don't think I've done that yet. We certainly have not. That's the Northern Plains. So I will be placing that in my discard pile. We're going to end our turn with this for sure. The question is, do we want to try and sneak 2 coins? My top 2 cards, I have the barn, which is 1 coin, but then our keep, which isn't a coin. But I could play the keep and then get a card from the discard pile to get me a coin. But is that worth it? I don't think it is. We'll wait for that alchemist for the next round. I have enough swords now, I think, to take out that assassin when it shows up. So we'll just do this end of turn effect. I drew for this turn the barn, the keep, distant mountain, and architect. On top of my deck, I have the stone street and the pretend noble. I love that guy. So I am going to discard this, and I'm going to place out the treehouse. The nice thing is that stays in play, so I can keep that for later. Then I am going to activate my architect here. We are going to discover either 78 or 79, and that means then we have to discard these 3. We'll eventually be able to do both of these. Which one do I want to do first? This one gives us nothing, and we have to spend 4 stone, which is really hard for me to get this monument, to then flip it, to get this obelisk, to then flip it to get the golden pillar. But all it does is give us points. Boring. So I think without a doubt we're going to do the villa. End of turn, discard to make 1 person stay in play, and then it's 2 And then it would be a discard to make 2 cards stay in play when you get to the palace. Yeah, let's put the villa in our discard pile. We're starting to build a kingdom here. I can feel it with all these cards getting to stay out in play. We've drawn 4 more cards. I do think I'm going to use this card, reset to add any 1 resource sticker as production on any stage of this card without a sticker. And resetting it puts it back to this one. So let me put a sticker on here, and you know what I'm going to put? Or do I, you know what? I'm not going to put it on that one. If I flip it to here, yes, I'm going to put it on the labor, another stone. I'm having such a hard time with stone. So it's going to have to be here. The next time we see him, we're going to try and get him to the labor, and then I'll have 2 stone. So I'll place that into my discard pile. That was a green check mark, so I don't have to end my turn with that. I want to do this to end my turn, for sure. But then just this card will stay in play with the sanctuary. Oh, I can look at the top 2 cards. I have a trader, and I have the ruby mine. What the heck? Let's put both of those out, because I can also look at the top 2 cards. I have my field worker, and I have my hill settlement. Oh, I want wood so bad for that hill settlement. Do any of these give me wood? This does. This gives me 2 wood. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to do my end of turn effect on this card. And that lets me look at cards 111 and 112, destroy one of them and discover the other. Look at this card, 111, the manor. 6 coins it produces, but when it does produce, discard or cross out 1, so it slowly produces less. Then you try and get it to a large mansion. Then you get it to a noble residence. And then finally here, and you discover a nobleman. That's kind of cool. This one, though, you can spend 2 coins to discover a horse. And then you can discover another horse. And discover a horse. And then what's this one? Choose a horse in play with 0 or 1 stickers. Add a sticker. Well, we got to look at a horse. Is a horse worth it? Here we have a horse. I'm kind of less appealed on the horse, to be fair here. I think I'm going to go with the manor. I wasn't planning on that, but I think I'm going to go with the manor. We'll place that into our discard pile. Then what we can do is discard our sanctuary to keep these 2 out, and we'll discard our trader. Okay, that means then I still get to reveal 4 more cards for this round. Here we have our next 4 cards. We have our field worker, we have our hill settlement, but then we have our assassin, and we have Lord Athan. Now, our assassin says destroy the next person you play. The deal is these 4 were played together. If I try and push and I reveal a person, he kills him. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm going to spend my watchtower and my wall. That's why I had them. That's 3 swords. That's going to defeat him. If he's defeated, we flip him over. He'll be an enemy soldier now we have to deal with next time. Annoying, but could be worse. We now have 2 options for us. We could either upgrade this hill settlement. If we do, it becomes a hill village, and then eventually we can find a town, which seems kind of cool. Or we could, I believe, upgrade this ruby mine. Then if we do that, it becomes a diamond mine. This is hard. I think I got to go diamond mine, right? I can do that because I've got 2 wood, 2 coins, and then I can cross out, well, no, 1. Oh, do I have the second stone? I don't think I have the second stone, do I? I was thinking I could double some stone here, but I don't see any stone that I can double. So we're going to go back to the hill settlement. I need 4 wood. I have 2 wood here. I can just use, oh wait, his stone right here. Was that what I was going to use? 1 stone? No, that's only 1 stone. I would need a second stone, right? So I don't think I can, I would need 2 stone, and I don't have a second stone. I do have the deep mine on top of my deck for a second stone. Oh, is that worth it though? I think since I can do the hill settlement, let's do the hill settlement. So 2 wood, we're going to have to cross out 1 of these. Okay, so that's going to give us more wood to be able to do our upgrade. But before that, so I've generated 1, 2, and I'll generate these 4, the additional 2 wood here. That I can do at any time, so that's 4 wood, and I'll be able to upgrade this. But before that, I'm going to discard him to discover cooperation. We have discard 2 persons to gain any 3 resources, and then we flip him. It stays in play, gain any 1 resource, and then we flip it back. Then with using the 2 wood that we have here, plus the 2 wood we already generated, we've got the 4, we'll flip the hill village, and then all of this gets discarded. Our next 4 cards are a huge bummer. Our lands will produce double. There's no lands here. We cannot play cards. Sir Colin and the Cardinal and the Deep Mine, 100% useless. We're going to flip this back over to the Thunderstorm and discard them all. Our next 4 cards, we have our Exotic Fruit Tree, the Stone Bridge, our Servant, and our Wild Grass. Well, we'll discard this for 2 more trade goods. We're at 34 total trade goods. At 40, we get sticker 4, 5, or 6 on 1 building. At 55, stickers 2, 3, 4, or 5 on a friendly card. 75, sticker 10 on any card. And 100, I want to flip this. I don't think I'm going to get to 100 though. We then can just use the 2 coins here. Let's flip this over to our explorers and we'll be able to explore a new land next time. The next 4 cards we have is the Cathedral, our Beekeeper, Farmlands, and the Market. Can we upgrade the Market? We need 5 coins. 2, 3, 4, 5, actually, because this is +1, that's 6. Why not? Let's just upgrade our market. Thanks, Beekeeper and Cathedral. We have finally drawn our Plague card, which isn't terrible. This does have an effect. It says, stays in play, end of the round, destroy any 2 people in your kingdom, and then we'll flip this card. I'm just going to put out these last 2 cards. I think I can do that. Yes, because what I'm planning on doing, I am going to send off 2 more goods. That means we're now at 36 total goods exported. I'm going to mark off 1 on my pit settlement right here. And now we can flip this card when it's completed. And we now have a prison, so that will stay in play. I am going to do my young forest here, placing an X for my end of turn effect. And then just discard these. And now when I discard these, I have to destroy 2 people that I have in my deck. Well, one's going to be this astronomer. I'm not using him at all. He's worth 2 points. Let's get rid of him. And then I think the other one, I'm just going to get rid of the trader. So these 2 have unfortunately died from the plague. That's what I'm thinking that is thematically. And then this gets flipped and we now have an enemy soldier in our deck. But these 2 are destroyed. We've now unlocked the event Dubbing. This looks cool, so this will stay in play. And at the end of the round, we can add a sticker 1 and 5 and 11 to 1 person. Then we flip this, and we have stays in play, end of round, add stickers 2, or 3, and 4 or 6 to 1 building. Wait, let me make sure I did this right. It's 1 and 5 and 11. So 1, 5, and 11. 1 is a coin, 5 is a sword, and 11, what is 11? 11 makes them a knight. I'm not entirely sure what that does, but that's cool. Makes them a knight. That's 1, 5, and 11. And then 2, 3, and 4 or 6. So 2, 3 is either wood or stone. You know, I'm going to do stone. And then the other one is metal or a trade good. Wow, that card is awesome. I'm so glad I got that. The next 2 cards we're going to discover are 58 and 59, and we're getting close to ending this game. We can only go to 70. I'm kind of sad. We have a castle fire. I don't even have a city fire. Okay, that makes more sense. Stays in play at the end of the round. Destroy 1 building in your kingdom, and then we'll flip this. Oh, it becomes Ashlands. And you know what we can do is we can turn it into a young forest again. That's so cool. I love that. And then we have a mysterious cave. This one we can send somebody in. We can send 2 people in. And then it becomes this. Discard 6 friendly cards in play to discover an artifact. Who doesn't want an artifact? And then we can have a treasury. Oh, this is fun. This is so fun. All right, let's shuffle these in. To start our round, we have our felled forest, which is useless, our food barn, which we could actually use to make it useful, our fishing boat, and our diplomat. If we spend the 4 coins, we could actually get an ally, and I have a hard time saying no to that. So let's do that this time. We'll spend the coins to gain the ally. Our ally here is dual-sided. We can either choose King Alahar, who's worth -5 points, but gives us 2 swords that stays in play, or we have Queen Gemini, or Jemima, that she gives us 1 coin, and we can discard 1 person with 5 or more victory points to mark 1 here that's worth 3. I I know it's 5 points, but we really don't want any of those enemies in our kingdom. That's worth 35 points. I'll make it worth 30 and have this be a -5. We'll put him into our discard pile. Our next 4 cards, we have our Merchant, Investor, Keep, and Architect. I could discard the Architect to get that other project, which is the statue, or this gives me any 3 resources. I could use that as stone. That'd be 3. That'd be 5. That would be 6 stone. 1, 2, 3. That's the stone that we need. We would then just need a metal and 2 wood. And the top card of my deck is this Young Forest. Let's do it. Let's advance. Oh no! You know what's the next card? A Thunderstorm. That means we have to discard the top 3 cards. So we lost a Beekeeper, an Enemy Soldier, and our Cooperation. We don't get to use any of those. And then this Thunderstorm flips and goes into our discard pile as Rain. I'm looking here and I'm realizing the top card of my deck is now a Deep Mine. We're going to push. We're going to push for sure. Oh, and Sir Colin comes out useless once again. Where's Barrett when you need him? The question is now, can we make this work? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone. I could use 1 stone here for 6. I could use this for the wood. And then, yeah, so I only have to cross off 1 of these stones. I don't have to use 2. That will work. 1 stone. I'm going to have a castle. We're going to have a castle in our entire kingdom. That's amazing. So if I look here, 1 stone, 2 stones, 3, 4, 5 stones. We'll then flip this. We have used this one. We've used this one. That's our 6 stone, 2 metal, 2 wood. We now have a castle. And Sir Colin will be right in the castle. Okay, I'll discard that and draw. We drew 4 more cards and another enemy soldier shows up. It's going to block a building or land. We'll place him here, but you know who's on top. I said, where's Sir Barrett? Sir Barrett is right here. We will push these 2. Sir Barrett will spend the 2 swords. He will come and slice up this enemy soldier. We defeat him. He's off of the board. Okay, now we have our manor with tons of coins. Is there something that I want here? The top card is Lord Athan. I could just do 2 coins here so I can get more stone. Well, yeah, definitely discarding this for 2 more of the trade goods. I believe we're at 38 trade goods. That's awesome. 2 more and we can get another upgrade at the end of the round. I love that. So what we could do here, we could use all of that coin. Yeah. I think we're going to use all of this coin. I'm going to have to cross off 1 of these because we're using 1 of it as production. So now it's only going to give us 5 coins, but we will upgrade our distant land finally. So we have a rock and we can spend a coin for 2 rock. And this will get us a quarry. We need a quarry. We need something with more rock. With these 4 in play, our Lord Athan, our farmlands, our squire, and our cardinal, I kind of want to find his estate. But I also want to upgrade things. So many options. The cardinal is helpful, but look what's on top of my deck. I have this building. This building, if I can upgrade it, it's going to be kind of awesome. It's going to let us put cards on the top and bottom of our deck. So I think I'm going to advance. Okay, so we have our barn and we have our worker. Oh, was that worth it? Because what we could do is use 2 wood here and then discard him for the 3rd wood and we can upgrade that barn. And we could make that be the upgrade from the cardinals. We don't have to discard everything else. Sure, why don't we do that? So we'll spend the 2 wood here and then we'll discard him for the 3rd wood plus the cardinal to say this does not end our action to flip this to the large barn. And then we need lots of wood. But then we have these 3 still left over. I can advance. Yeah, why not? I have this trade route. So let's put the trade route out. And we have our magistrate. When we place our trade route out, we have to discover card 76, a pirate. He's actually an enemy. That's annoying. He's going to go into our discard pile. He stays in play. When you gain a coin, you gain 1 less. We only have to spend 2 swords to defeat him. And we can discover the lagoon. Or we can upgrade him if we get enough coins. We give him enough money. We make him a happy pirate. That's hilarious. So now with this trade route, we can gain 1 of any of these resources, which does not include rock because, of course, that's what I need. And our worker is useless because there are no buildings here. The top card of our deck is this stone street. I want to upgrade him. I need 2 metal and 2 rock. Nothing here, though, that's going to help that. I'm feeling like it might be worth advancing one more time. That will give us a coin. We have our tree houses. That gives us 2 wood. And a coin, actually. So we've got coin. Yeah, what if we... Well, we could do the treasury. That would be 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. That would make that card worth 3 points. But that's boring. We can just do 1 wood, 2 wood, and this is our 3rd wood to upgrade this card, and that's going to make this worth 3 points, and it stays in play. That seems better. So let's do that, and then we're just going to have to discard the rest of these cards. We have our next 4 cards in play. That cathedral is awesome if we needed coins. Because we have the watchtower, we get to see we have the servant and the lumberjack on top. But none of those are super helpful here. This card's going to stay in play until the end of the round, so I'm actually going to slide that up, and these are going to come down over here. I then think I might as well advance because there's nothing else I can do with these. Now we have, the renowned school. That's helpful. That does absolutely nothing. And our villa, which can stay in play. Ooh, that would be 2 wood, which we have, and 2 stone to upgrade. I have 1 stone here. Well, let's push. Let's push. Let's see if we can find another stone. Oh, you know what we found? We found our sanctuary, followed by our dungeon, and that is appealing. I have 1 person here. We'd send the servant out to the dungeon. I need another person, though. I guess we're just going to advance. Again, we have our sanctuary, followed by the dungeon. We have explorers. That's another person, although then we can't do our effect there. And our hill village. Ooh, our hill village. Could we upgrade our hill village? We need 2 stone. The stone is going to kill us in this game. I see only 1 stone here, and I'm thinking of sending him and the explorers out into this cave. So I'm not sure that's going to happen. Oh, and I have this. I'm so sorry. I have this flipped the wrong way. We haven't seen that yet. That's the first time we're seeing it. I only need to send 1 person instead of 2. Ooh, I could just send him. Let's do it. I'm going to send him to the mysterious cave, and that will flip it to the 2-person side. I'm so sorry. Then we can discard this to make 1 person stay in play. Well, there aren't any people in play, but I can discard this to keep 2 cards in play. Definitely not this one. These will stay out in play anyways. This will stay out in play, so I might as well just keep the cathedral and the lumberjack in play. All of these will be in play for the next round. We know explorers are showing up. Our hill village is showing up. We have our festival, and we have our miners. This is interesting because I can do the discover now with the explorers. My top 2 cards are the shore, and we have the hotel. The first thing we for sure are going to do is discard the explorers here and discover 71 through 74, one of those ones. And then, of course, we have to downgrade it to the stone bridge. We are struggling hard for stone, so let's do this one because we just have to upgrade it once to give us a stone, twice to get us a quarry. So we'll place that one in our discard pile. I think I'm just going to continue to push right now. I have my shore and my hotel here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is discard this hotel for another trade good. We're now at 39 trade goods. Our next 2 cards are the North Plains, which we need stone up the wazoo, and our ruby mine, which does have a stone. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Can we upgrade our hill village? I need 4 wood. I don't think I can get 4 wood. I've got 2 here. I can get a 3rd one here. Where am I going to get the 4th one? Oh, I can't do that. I can do this one, though. I can do 1, 2, 3 wood, and I have enough coin to do this one, no problem. But then I'm giving up. I've got 1 stone here. I've got another stone here. That's 2 stone. Then I've got 2 wood here. And I just need 2 more wood to do the hill village. I think based on what I'm seeing here, I'm just going to have to do the shore. I'm going to have to do the shore. We'll upgrade that. That used this for 2 wood. This was a 3rd wood. This is a coin. We're going to have to discard all of these. These 3 will stay in play. Let's draw 4 more. Well, what do you know? We need more rock here for the North Plains. I'm so low on rock. We've got a ruby mine, which would give us... We're definitely going to discard this. Yes. Yes, 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 because that will give us the 1 trade resource. We now have 40 trade resources. We'll be able to place a sticker 4, 5, or 6 on 1 building. I would really like to flip this Alchemist. My next 2 cards are the Wildgrass and the Opportunist. Let's place those 2 out. Our next 2 are the Wall and the Field Worker. But what we can do is discard this for 2 coins. And we can flip this to something. Which one do I want to flip it to? I think I'm going to do a bunch. I'm going to do the Love Potion. We're a lovey kingdom, right? Then for our upgrade, let's flip him over to the Laborer. Yes. And then we'll discard these. I only have 4 cards left. We have our Wall, our Field Worker. We have our Exotic Fruit Tree and our Lab. So we can discard these 2 for 4 more trade goods. And who am I kidding? We can use our Field Worker to make that 6 because she can copy these 2. So 2, 4, 5, 6 total trade goods. We need to get to 55 next for that unlock. And then for total swords, I have 3. I need 5. Wait, 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. I have 4 swords, so that's not enough for the army to do as an action. I needed 5. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. Now we have lots of end of turn effects. Let's start with our City Fire. End of round, destroy 1 building in your kingdom. Unfortunately, in our kingdom, our renowned school was burned down. I'm going to lose 6 points for this, but it's not doing anything but clogging up my deck. So I'm going to get rid of that card, and then we have to flip this, and now we have some Ashlands again. We can spend coins to make this better. We then also get to add stickers 1, 5, and 11 to 1 person, and then flip this, and now this will be in our deck, the renovation. How awesome is this? Our architect has become a knight. He will provide a stone, a coin, and a sword. Love it. Finally, because we have 40 trade goods, I have placed another sticker onto our wall. That was 5. We have another sword there. There's 3 swords on our wall. Next up, we can place sticker 2, 3, or 4 on or 2, 3, 4, or 5 on a friendly card. Sticker 10 on any card. Sticker 10 is just making a card worth 5 points. And then we can flip this card. However, we're going to have to deal with 2 more enemies showing up in our kingdom. I was thinking loyalty wasn't going to be hard, but oh my gosh, so many enemies now. -7. You may not play cards, upgrade, or use any effects. You have to spend 1, 2, 3, 5 swords to defeat this guy. When you defeat him, oh, it's another impressed boy that we could get. We have the skilled bandit. It just needs 3 swords. It can be flipped by the missionary. I'm just curious, does this turn into yeah, it does turn into a worker. I'm not going to do that. I'm not flipping my beekeeper over, so we're probably just going to try and defeat him. My math can certainly be wrong, but I think we have about 4 to 5 rounds until we're done with the base game. It's kind of sad. So I've got to make sure I do the upgrades that I want to do. Here we have our first 4 cards, our investor, the rocky area, our magistrate, and our beekeeper. So I'd love to upgrade this magistrate. I need 2 steel and 2 rock. And I think I can do that because I have 1 rock here. And I can use our investor as any 3 resources. So that's the 4 that we need, actually, to flip him. And we'll flip him to the magistrate. This one will let us get border card 132. And we will have to flip her as well. And we'll discard these. Now we have the sanctuary, a shipyard, some miners, and the northern plains. Now if I wanted to upgrade these northern plains to just a moat, discard another card to gain 2 swords, I would just need 3 stone and a coin, or I need 4 stone to flip this to another wall. Oh, is that? Wait, how do I, if I go to here and then I can go to here, that's a moat bridge. Spend 1 to play a person from your discard pile. Okay, so we'll put this back the appropriate way right here. I only have 1 stone right now, and that one I need 4 wood and a coin. Because I've got my sanctuary out, let's push, right? I've got my exotic fruit trees, and I have the felled forest. That's useless. We'll just continue to push. We've got King Alahar. Oh, and we have our cooperation. Discard 2 persons to gain any 3 resources. Oh, we have 2 people. We could gain 3 resources, which would be 3 stone. If we did 3 stone and a coin, we could just get the moat. 3 stone. Do I have a coin anywhere? I don't have a coin? No way. What I could do is advance one more time. I have Sir Colin out on the top of my deck. So let's put him out along with the wild grass. Okay, we're going to be able to keep 2 out for this. I can discard now King Alahar and Colin. It's a lot of swords I'm discarding though, but I feel like this is worth it. I'm going to discard those 2. I can gain any 3 resources, and then we're going to flip this over. So I'm going to gain 3 stone. I'm then going to use the miner as our 4th stone so that we can upgrade this card. Now we have, oh, no, I don't want that. I wanted this side. So I did 3 stone. I'm going to discard this as our coin so we can upgrade this to a moat. Yeah. Okay, then we'll discard that. Then we have done an upgrade. Oh, and I should have, I'm just all excited, I would have discarded this for the 2 trade goods. That puts us at 48 total goods. Then I can use my sanctuary to keep these 2 out. I'll just discard the felled forest, and we'll draw 4 more cards. We have a few options here with our hotel and our shipyard. And the young forest, actually, we could get a 4th wood, but I'm certainly not going to do that this turn. I'm kind of thinking if I upgrade this hotel, it becomes a cozy pub, and we could discover another card, which sounds appealing. So I would need 1 stone, which I have here. I would need 1 wood, which I have here, and I have 1 coin with this card. So these 3 can be used to upgrade this card, but then I'm not upgrading this one. That's fine, and then this one can stay in play. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3. That will upgrade this to the cozy pub. This is what I was worried about. Our next 4 cards, we have the Dark Prince. We need to spend 5 swords to defeat him. I cannot do that. I can't play any cards. I can't do any upgrades, use any of these end of turn effects. So there's nothing that I can do. I could use this end of turn, discard a card to make a person stay in play. There aren't any. This renovation will just stay out till the end of the round. Same with that food barn. So these 3 are just going to get discarded, and that enemy is still in my kingdom. We've now drawn our labor, the food barn, our lab, and our diplomat. I really want to upgrade this diplomat to our ambassador because we can get a consort. I need a total of 2, 4, 6 coins. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the top card is this love potion. Let's put the love potion out. Oh, and we have the manor. That is 5 more coins, tons and tons of coins. Okay, so now we're good. We'll spend this card for 2 more exports and a coin. That means we've hit 50 exports. We'll then use our manor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus that 1 is actually 6. That's enough. And actually before we use that, we're also going to reset this card. We're going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total trade goods and sell them. So that will then flip back to the alchemist. That means we're at 55 exports. We're going to be able to place a sticker on a friendly card. Now with the 5 additional coins here, we will have enough to upgrade the diplomat to the ambassador. Unfortunately, this labor is done, but these will all stay in play then, and we'll draw 4 more. Our field worker once again shows up when it's mostly useless. Is there any land here? No. What are you doing? We do have an enemy soldier. When played, it blocks 1 building or land, so it's going to block one of these food barns. We have a deep mine and our castle. So our castle gives us 1 sword. Here's the fun part. I gotta love Barrett. Barrett shows up at the right time. We are going to push or advance for sure. We're placing out that large barn as well. Barrett can be used then for 2 swords that will defeat this enemy. And yeah, he's removed from the game. He doesn't even flip. In order to upgrade our large barn, we need 6 wood. In order to upgrade the deep mine, we need 3 wood and 2 coins. We have 4 coins, potentially 6. Because, oh no, that's a person and that's a building. We could play 1 card from our discard pile. Maybe we should do that. Why don't we bring back our young forest? That'll work. This is 3 wood, and then we can use 1 of these food barns to upgrade our deep mine. Ha! Now it's a ruby mine, and then we'll discard all of these. Our stone street and treehouse, plus our squire and our dungeon have shown up. With our squire, I do have my architect on top. Let's advance, bringing him out and this distant mountain. And then for our upgrade, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend these 2 as persons to be able to flip this. So that way, we now have the Lost Civilization. We can discard 6 friendly cards in play to discover an artifact. Who doesn't want to discover an artifact? This will stay in play. These 2 will get discarded. As we continue through our deck, we now have our festival going on by the cathedral, and there's some wild grass that we upgraded, and we have our pirate. This pirate's going to stay in play. When you gain coins, we gain 1 less while this is out. We can either defeat him, I have no swords though, or we could try, we'd have to make 5 coins and 1 of the silver or metal. I have 1 metal here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough here, but he would take 1 of... Actually, I have enough if I use my food barn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this. Oh my gosh, let's do it. So we can spend 2, which would only be a 1 because he's out. Then that's 2 more, so that's 3. And then the cathedral, that's 4. And then this would be the metal. And when we do that, we can upgrade him. And now he's a skilled ally. Next time we see him, we can discover treasure hunting. Who doesn't want to do that? We now have our fishing boat, our stone bridge, and our ashlands. Unfortunately, we have some rain though, so that means I can't play any more cards, but this actually gives us 4 coins, and that gives us 2. And this, no, that's a building. I always forget that. So do we want to flip this, or do we want to get another set of explorers? I'm kind of thinking this is a useless card. It's giving us -2 points. We might want to do this one more time, but we've got at least 4 more rounds-ish. Why don't we use the 2 coins here to flip this one so that it's not a negative card, and then we'll flip the rain back over to a thunderstorm. We have now finally found our prison. That will be able to stay in play. We have our wall, we have our merchant, and Lord Ethan. I think with Lord Ethan, we're going to discover our last card. That is card 81. We have Ethan's estate. This looks cool. It starts with nothing, then just 3 points. When you purge this card, you may save 1 other card from being purged. Oh, that's cool. When you purge this card, you may save 2. Or when you purge this card, you may save 3 other cards. So when you use an expansion, you have to purge cards from your kingdom, which is really sad. I want to get this upgraded. So we'll start it here. This card is getting discarded. We're not using any of his resources. I don't know. I want to keep the swords. We know we've got 1 other I think it's the assassin. So we want to keep the swords for sure. So I could technically 3, no, that's still only 4 swords. I could advance. I have the exotic fruit trees, which, yeah, I mean, there's nothing here stopping me. So let's do it. We will place out the exotic trees and our cardinal. I think we'll discard our exotic fruit trees for 2 trade goods. That moves us up to 57 trade goods. We have nothing here that we can upgrade. I've got my worker on top. Let's just keep pushing. Oh, here's our skilled bandit. When played, blocks 3 cards with production. So it'd block, wait, 3 cards with production? Would that include swords? Oh, that's mean. So that would be 1, 2, and 3. It blocks all 3 of these. We have to spend 3 swords to defeat him. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that here. Let's continue to advance. We've got wood. We can generate 4 wood. That's useless. Our merchant can't make anything. Oh, we have our ruby mine on top. Let's put that out, and our watchtower right at the end. So 1 sword. 1 sword's not enough to defeat that skilled bandit. So we still have 2 enemies in our deck. Can we upgrade this at least? We need 2 wood, which we would have with our lumberjack. We need 2 coins. I could get 1 coin from here and 1 coin from here, and then 2 stone. I only have 1 stone. No flipping way. So I can't even upgrade my ruby mine, I don't think. If I used my worker here to double this or generate this resource, that would be 1 stone. Then we could do this for the 2 stones. We could do this for 2 gold and this for the 2 wood. Yes, we can do it because that's a building. So we can at least discard this. That'll give us the 1 stone. This will give us 2 wood. This will give us another stone. And then we cross off 2 of these for the 2 coins. Ha! All right, at least this wasn't a complete 100% waste. And that will flip this to a diamond mine. I wish I had more cards in my deck with my watchtower. I could have done that upgrade with the cardinal, but it doesn't matter. And that skilled bandit. is going to just block it. And that's going to end our round through our deck. We're running out of time. At the end of the round now, we can add stickers 2 or 3 and 4 or 6 to one building and then destroy this card. We made the coolest treehouse ever, adding a stone and a metal to that treehouse card. I also decided with our export card we could place a sticker 2 through 5 on one friendly card. Why not? Let's make this treehouse insane. 2 stone, it gives us a metal, 2 wood, and 1 coin. And it stays in place, so we can use that when we want. Our next 2 cards to discover are 63 and 62. We are so close to the end of the game. We can see here both of these are not negative, which is nice. This one works the same way as Sir Colin, so we might have another Sir eventually showing up. We have Far Fields. This looks new. That can turn into an inn, and then from that inn, we could turn it into an innkeeper, discard another person to gain any 2 resources, or we can make another wall. Okay, good to know. Lots of great options. Let's shuffle these in. Our first reveal, we have our Cardinal, our Merchant, our Watchtower, but then we have that Skilled Bandit. When played, it blocks 3 cards with production. Well, it's only the Watchtower that has production, but that was the one that could help us take him out. He is really, really annoying. The one good thing is I've got a wall on top of here, and that's actually 3 swords. That'd be enough to defeat him. So I'm going to push these 2. Oh, and I have a prison as well. Oh my gosh, and look what's on top of my deck. King Alahar. Lots of swords. So I will spend the 3 swords from the wall here. I'll place that into the discard pile to then defeat him. He is off. He's done. You have 3 to defeat him, and we'll just discard him. Because of that, I do get to look at my next card as well. I have a Wild Grass. So I have King Alahar and Wild Grass. I'm certainly going to advance, because I have nothing else I can do here. I'm realizing this prison is really good if you're not trying to get rid of the enemies in your specific kingdom. You're just trying to discard them, but this doesn't actually kill them. So I'm having a hard time actually checking off the prison. But these are all going to stay in play. I have the Wild Grass, okay, on top of my deck. I have both an Investor and the Cozy Pub. I feel like we might as well. Let's continue to advance, placing those 2 out. Our next 2 cards, we have our Architect again, followed by the Dark Prince. The Dark Prince, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 swords. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I put out the Architect, that would be our 5th sword. We're going to advance. We're going to advance. Once we do that, we now can no longer, while he's out, we are no longer able to use any of our, upgrades or anything like that, but that's fine because we can use 1. Oh, before I do that, I want to look at my next 2 cards. I have the Lost Civilization and I have my Laborer on top, but now I'm going to have to discard my Watchtower for 1, the Prison for 2, 3, 4, and 1 more here for 5. When we defeat him, we flip him, and that becomes an Impressed Boy. Oh, that feels good, and that wasn't even an upgrade. I do think then I'm going to discard the Cozy Pub, and I have to discard 1 person. I'm going to discard the Cardinal so that we can discover the Stranger card 92. We have another person that we can name. The first time we play her, we'd give her a name. Second one, add sticker 5 or 10. 5 is a sword. I like that. 10 is just points. And then the third time, add sticker 6 or 10. 6 would be the trade goods, and 10 would be more points. So you've got this side or this one. And this one is, okay, it stays in play. Oh, does this one stay in play? This one does not stay in play. Okay, staying in play is kind of appealing. First play, give them a name. Second play, add any resource production sticker on here, 1 to 6. Third, add any resource production here. Yeah, I feel like I kind of like this because it stays in play. So let's have this guy come and join us. He stayed at the Cozy Pub and he decided to stay in our kingdom. With only 3 cards out, I could just even use this for 2 coins to upgrade this. That'd be my last 2 coins from the merchant. I think I'm going to continue to advance. And I'm going to advance with these 2 because I have my Lost Civilization. If I discard 6 other friendly cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, I could advance 1 more time to get 6, but look what's on top, my castle. Not only that, I have my Investor here who I can actually just use to upgrade my Lost Civilization into a treasury, but I don't want to do that yet. I really want this artifact. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to play these 2. I've got an idea, and then I am going to discard my castle, and it lets me play 1 card from my discard pile. I'm going to play this guy. first time he shows up, I just get to give him a name. Why don't we go into some sort of lore? And you know my favorite lore is Lord of the Rings. So let's call him Denethor. Terrible handwriting, but it'll work. Okay, his name is Denethor. That's the first time we play him, he gets a name. Now we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Discard all 6 of these cards to gain that artifact 108. Hopefully that's worth it, but I want to see it. We found the Ether Crystal. This is a permanent card. It will give us 10 points at the end of the game. This card cannot be destroyed. The effect of this magical artifact is yet to be discovered. That is amazing. I wonder if eventually we'll find out what it does. With no cards on that table after the Lost Civilization, that was amazing. I just drew 4 more. We have our fishing boat, Lord Aether, our rocky area, and a ruby mine. Can I upgrade this ruby mine? This could give me, with the spending of 1 coin, or actually that would just give me 2 rock. I'd have 2 rock here. I have 2 gold here. I have 1 wood there. I need 1 more wood. I have a worker on top. Let's put him out. Oh, and we have our event here. This stays in play and we can gain any one resource. But I can use him to double these resources because that's a building. So I'm going to have the worker work in the ruby mine. And that's going to give us oh no, we don't need a rock. We need a wood. We need a wood. Interesting. So that's not going to give me a wood. That would give me more rock. I can use this actually as the 1 wood. So 1 wood, 2 wood from here, 1 rock, 2nd rock, and 2 coins. Let's do it. We're going to spend all of this. This gets flipped because I'm using it, and this goes to the discard pile. We have cooperation back, and we have another diamond mine. For our next 4 cards, we have our Sanctuary and Villa, who inherently don't do much for us except for let us keep cards out in play. So I'm going to very likely have to draw more. We have our Miners and our Ambassador. Let's just push or advance. I've got the Cathedral and the Distant Mountain. I think it would be super great if we could get this Consort. That's card 122, so I need 3 coins. This Cathedral is worth 1, 2. The Cathedral in and of itself is worth 3 coins. This would let us keep out the other 2 cards. I don't think I'm going to advance then. I'm just going to spend the Cathedral for the 3 coins, and I'm going to get the Consort. And that's going to be my end of turn effect. And then I'm going to discard this so I can keep these 2 cards out. We either can choose the Royal Consort. This would be 1 coin and 2 trade goods. Or we'd have the Royal Consort here for 1 wood and 1 stone. Kind of like the idea of the trade goods. I'm pushing up that export track. Let's see if I can get over to 100, right? With our next 4 cards, we have our large barn, which I don't think I'm ever going to be able to upgrade so much wood. Once we do, though... oh, wait, is that a flip that way? Yeah, it is. If we flip it this way, it will give us put a card in play at the bottom of your deck. That seems amazing, but I need so much wood. I also really want to update Ethan's estate, because this will help us when we start doing the expansions. So that's 2 wood, which we actually have here. And we have 1 stone there. Do I have a stone? Yeah, I do. I have my tree house, actually. But my tree house this is the problem. It has so many resources. It's a waste. It's a waste, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put them out. Oh, and we've got Sir Barent. So Sir Barent shows up as well. And is it worth... I could just spend this card and this card to upgrade this. Let's see. 2 wood, 4 wood. I need 6. The top card is the Beekeeper, which isn't going to help us. I think it's worth it. I'm going to discard the Treehouse. That means all the rest of this... Wait a second. I was thinking that, but you know what? We're going to do Sir Barent. I've got 2 of the metal here, plus 1 metal here. That lets us permanently upgrade this card. This, I just want to have upgraded before the end of the game, but having 3 swords on Sir Barent seems awesome. So switch that up. 2 plus this is enough. We can place another sword on Barent. That will be super helpful in case more enemies show up, but that means all of these are discarded. We now have a Beekeeper. Sir Colin decided to show up. We have our exotic fruit and our felled forest. Well, I do think I'll sell these 2 goods. That means we have 59 exports. And then I'll just use this Beekeeper to flip over this card. So that way we have our forest. We've now placed out our trade route, our lab, our manor, and our field worker. I do think we'll start by discarding this, gaining 2 more of those exports. That'll be 61 exports. I'm going for 75. Then I'd like to focus on flipping this manor. I need 3 wood. I have 1 wood here. I have no land out. I've got a servant, though, which will give me another wood. And this is a food barn. Oh my, I could make coins up the wazoo. But that's still not great because that's a building, so she can't even double that. I'm telling you, I like the field worker, but she just never shows up at the right time. Let's continue to advance because there's nothing we can do here. We've got our stone street, and we have our camp. Oh, we could maybe upgrade our camp. I could get the wood from him. I could get the coins from him, and I could get the metal from this one. Or I could just do well, it doesn't matter. I have what I need for that. The top card is wild grass. I have no idea when I'm going to find more wood. We'll wait and not use the manor. So if I don't use the manor, I don't have to cross this off because this is going to just get worse and worse as we keep playing. And instead, I'll use 1 coin, 1 wood, and 1 metal to upgrade our camp. We now have another training ground. Unfortunately, our next set of 4 has the thunderstorm. So we get to flip this, but that means I have to discard the top 3 cards. My skilled ally, my squire, and my stone bridge. All done. We have our alchemist on top of the deck. This gives us 2 swords. Let's see, how do I upgrade this? If I upgraded the moat to the moat bridge, that seems cool, but I would need 2 metal and 2 coins. I certainly have enough coins. I'm not sure I have any more metal left. Let's do it, though. Let's go ahead and advance 1 time. So we have our alchemist. Oh, we have our shipyard. Our shipyard, though, we need more wood. I actually have wood on top of here, but it's only 3 wood and I need 4. I'm thinking it would be nice to get this alchemist upgraded again, especially because I could flip it to that trade goods. That's 2 coins. Oh, that doesn't even end. Actually, that doesn't even end the round because that's a check mark, right? Yeah, it's a check mark. Spend 2 coins. So I'm going to flip this. What does this one do? No, I'm going to flip this back to the trade goods. I want that love potion. And I'll discard this. And then I can leave these 3 out and I can advance. So let's get that young forest out. Oh, we have another food barn. Lots of coins. On top of our deck, we have our diamond mine. If I put that out along with the magistrate. Oh, bummer. I don't have any stone. I want to get him upgraded 1 more time, but that will be eventually. I can use 2 metal and 2 coin from these 2, and that would allow me to upgrade the moat. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to upgrade the moat. It is now a moat bridge, and that will give us a sword, and we can spend a coin to play a person from our discard pile. That seems cool, but we had to use these. These have to get discarded. We couldn't upgrade the magistrate. Food barn stays out. With our last 4 cards, we've got our exotic fruit. I will go ahead and gain 2 more exports. That'll give us 63 exports when we discard this. Oh, and I'm realizing when I discarded this, I could have also traded those goods, so that'll put us up to 65. From there, I certainly have enough coin in play. I can't do any upgrades, but I will be able to upgrade my treasury by 1. Yay, now it's worth 3 points. Yeah, you can see I'm doing that as the absolute last resort. My army is worth 10, my treasury is worth 3, and my exports isn't worth anything except for all the upgrades we've done. The 2 next cards we will discover are yet another skilled bandit and a tornado. End of round, destroy any 3 friendly cards in your kingdom. And then this gets flipped, and this turns into stays in play, blocks all buildings, maxed 5 blocks buildings. End of round, destroy this and 1 blocked building or any 2 other friendly cards. So this is flooding and a tornado. This card is horrible. All right, well, we got to put it in our deck. Unfortunately, our kingdom's going to have to deal with a tornado. No one wants to deal with a tornado or a bandit. To start us off this round, we have our hill village, our wall, our stone bridge, and our rocky area. What we could do is upgrade our stone bridge and we'd have another person. But I am thinking it'd be nice to upgrade the hill village, and I have a way to get to rock. And I have 3 wood on the top of my deck. It's not 4, though. But you know what? Let's take the chance. Let's do it. Oh, no. Oh, this is rain. Okay, rain isn't terrible. Rain means I can't play any more cards, but it doubles the resources on my lands. So that means I have 6 wood. And then I can discard this for the 2 stone still. Yeah, that'll work. That'll still work. So I can use these, and that will let me flip this. And now next time, with my peak village, I can reset this to Discover Town 105. Cool. All right, we'll discard these cards. Now we've revealed an investor, a cozy pub, our exotic fruit tree, and our worker who can double a building. That can give us a lot of trade goods. But if you look at this, it says Discover Quests. Who doesn't want to discover quests? I want to discover quests. I need, though, 2 coin, 2 wood, and 2 trade goods. I got the trade goods here. I can gain any 3 resources here, so I get the 2 wood and 1 coin. And I have food barns on top of my deck. So with food barns on top of my deck, oh, and then King Alahar is going to show up. That should be okay. Our investor will use her action to gain us 3 resources, and then she'll be placed into our discard pile. We have our 2 trade goods here to use, and then we need the coin, which will come from the food barn, and that means this will be upgraded, and next time we at the tavern can gain quests. And then just this worker's discard. These 2 will stay in play. With our next draw, we have Denethor, our labor, cooperation, and our royal consort. So with Denethor, we can place any one of these stickers, 1 to 6 on here. I'm looking for trade goods. I like that idea, so we're going to give him a trade good. The next time we play him, we can have him generate another trade good, which seems awesome. And he's a stay in play, so I don't have to use him right away. So I'm going to place him up here in our stay in play section. I have this lost civilization on top of my deck. I need 2 metal and a coin. This could be our coin, and this could be our 2 metal. So let's do that. Oh, we have our tornado. Our tornado is also going to be here, and that stays out until the end of the round, and then we have to destroy any 3 friendly cards. Oh, that's so mean, and that's going to destroy more when we flip it. But we will use this, so we'll gain... we have to discard 2 people to do it. Okay, we can discard our labor and Denethor, because we don't need those 2 right now. We'll discard these 2 people. They're going to work together. Really, Denethor? And that gains us any 3 resources. Wow, can I read cards? Discard 2 persons to gain any 3 resources. Well, that gives us exactly what we need for this. And then we'll flip this back over to our favor. And let's discard this just for 2 more trade goods. And then we will upgrade this to the treasury. That'll be 67 trade goods. We now have our cathedral, our villa, our young forest, and our lab that shows up. I'm thinking this end of turn discard to make 1 person stay in play. None of these are people. I don't have a person on top of my deck. Ah, man, this villa has not been showing up at the time that I want. I would need 2 wood and 2 stone to flip this. I think eventually, if I did upgrade this, this lets us have any 1 card stay in play. But I just have not been getting the upgrades when that's around. So I think I'm going to discard this for 2 more trade goods. That'll be 69 trade goods. Just need 75 to play sticker 10 on any card. And then I do think for my end of turn effect, I'm going to mark my young forest. Let's start making this worth something, some wood. We then unfortunately will have to discard all 3 of these cards. Next in our kingdom, we have our magistrate, the lumberjack, our trade route, and wild grass. I think I want to do the discover border for end of turn effect, so I do think I'm just going to discard my trade route for 1 more trade good. That is 70 total trade goods. And then we can use our magistrate to gain these south hills, and that could either turn into another wall or it can turn into a windmill. But we'll place that into our discard pile along with these 3. None of these stay out. Next, we have our servant, our field worker, our shipyard, and our far fields. Which way do I want to go on this far fields? A wall, or do I want to go for the innkeeper? I don't know. I want to upgrade this card really badly. This one, too. If I upgrade this, this gives me some trade goods. So that would be 1 coin and 4 wood or 4 stone. I don't have any land. This field worker, still not being helpful. So we are going to advance because I have a castle here. Oh, and we have our diamond mine. With our castle, we can play 1 card from our discard pile. Let's see what we want to play. Let's do the labor, because that gives us 2 stone. We can then use our servant for our 3rd stone, and our diamond mine for our 4 stone plus 2 more trade goods. That means we're up to 72 total trade goods. With the 4 stone, though, we can flip this far field into another wall. Ah, man, now I wish I had that double wall, which was giving me extra points for all the walls that I have. All right, I'll discard all of these. None of these will stay in play. We now have our sanctuary, our distant mountain, Ethan's estate, and our stone street out. But look what's on top of our deck. It is the skilled bandit. He's going to block 3 cards with production. We can do 1, 2, and even King Alabar, and we could still kill him because he's got 3 swords that we need to defeat him. We're definitely going to put him out. Oh, and we gain the manor as well, so I'll place the manor out. So he's going to block 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then we can just laugh at him discarding this wall, and we'll take him out with those 3 swords. and he's done. He's out of here. Yes. Okay, another one bites the dust. I'd really like to upgrade this manor, and the top card of my deck is the Forest. We're going to do it. One, oh, and our Moat Bridge. Spend a coin to play a person from your discard pile. I definitely think I want to do that. So I'm going to spend this coin, and I'm going to use this to play a person from our discard pile. Why don't we just play our Royal Consort and then use her again for 2 more trade goods? We're now at 74 trade goods. One more and we'll get to 75. There may be a chance we could get to 100 here. We are killing it with that. I really want to upgrade this manor, so I am going to use my Forest, turn it into a Felled Forest for 3 wood. That will allow us to upgrade this card to a large manor. And then I can discard this card to keep both of these 2 out in play. Yeah, let's do that. We'll draw 4 more. Well, this was quite an interesting draw. We have our Squire, our Impressed Boy, Sir Bernt, and our Cardinal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total swords. Let's do it. That's going to give us 14 points. Might as well, because I don't think pushing is going to be super helpful, and we actually don't have anything to use our swords for right now. So I feel like that's worth it. But we have to discard, well, all of these, including King Alahar. With our next draw, we have our Diamond Mine, our Merchant, our Architect, and Lord Ethan. Nothing that we can upgrade, lots of resources. So I think we just continue to push. We've got our Miners on top, that's more resources. We've got our Beekeeper, that's more resources. We have our Skilled Ally, let's put him out for sure, and our Food Barn. And then we can discard our Skilled Ally, and we're going to get Treasure Hunt 93. This looks super fun. We start with just a regular treasure hunter. We'd upgrade it. Now it says end of turn. Unfortunately, discover Backstabber 94. But then we can upgrade this. We have a treasure map. And then look here, 15 points for pirate treasure. We'll just place that into our discard pile. That didn't end our turn. That was just a green checkmark action. I still have tons of resources and nothing to upgrade. So let's continue to push. We've got our prison and our festival. I am just overloaded with cards with resources and nothing to use them for. Our top card of our deck is the Wild Grass. I'm thinking of just stopping here. If I can get 4 coins, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just use these ones for 4 coins. I can at least move up on the treasury. Oh, and I need to remember to use the 2 trade goods here. This will mean we'll now score 5 points with our treasury, and now we have 76 goods that we sold. We've now revealed our Wild Grass, Fishing Boat, our Ambassador, which all he is worth 5 points, and our amazing treehouse. I'm thinking at this point, maybe we just go for some points. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can use all 5 of this gold, and that will also make this guy discard, but this will stay out, and that will push us up on the treasury track. That means this will be worth 7 points now instead of just 5. We flipped our next 4 cards. We have our Large Barn. I need 6 wood. Ugh. We have our Exotic Fruit Trees. Sir Colin, useless, but he could go to the training grounds and maybe have another Sir show up. Oh, this Sir would do 2 swords too. Okay. All right. So I am going to sell this for sure for 2 more exports. That gives us 78 exports. And then I guess I'll use my merchant here for 2 of the metal. And with the 2 metal, we can upgrade this card. And now we need to name this one. This will be Sir Pippin. Our last 2 cards in our deck, we have our Love Potion, which we for sure will get 2 for 5 total trade goods, putting that back to our Alchemist, and that's all we can do. We're now at 83 exports. We now have to deal with our Tornado. At the end of the round, destroy any 3 friendly cards in your kingdom. Well, I'm going to get rid of the -5. I've got tons of swords. So King Alahar, my ally, he's gone. He came, he got picked up by a tornado. That also cleared out a Wild Grass, just a basic Wild Grass, not doing much. And then I felt like this prison was going to be so helpful, but unfortunately with how my deck is set up, it's actually not. So I'm just going to burn it. It's worth no points. I'm going to destroy this. We now are going to deal with flooding. This is going to block all buildings, max 5 buildings here. And at the end of the round, it's going to destroy this and 1 blocked building and any other 2 friendly cards. We're just going to lose cards from our kingdom. For our next 2 discoveries, we have Young Princess and Sickness. This one, when played, discard the next card from your deck. It's worth -8 points. We can either spend 1 coin, and then this card is permanent, and it's just -2. Or if we can get a ton of trade goods, which I just used my Love Potion. But if I did, that turns into a feast. Gain any one resource. Okay, and then this one, we need to spend, what is that? 2 persons, 2 land, and 2 building to upgrade her. If we do, oh, she becomes an educated princess, and she's worth 8 points. If we don't, she's going to flip, and then it says, when play, discard 2 friendly cards in play, because she's a spoiled princess. That's cool. Now, I do want to show you, look at this. I think we have 2 rounds left, because the next card, it says, stop. Discover 2 cards as normal, 69 and 70. This is your last round. So we have 2 rounds left in our kingdom. Because we have 83 exports, we're able to cross off this right here, and we get to place sticker 10, which is 5 points, on any card. I wanted to make this young forest, which long ago was lava, and now it's worth 5 points and 3 wood. That's where I placed it. All right, let's start the next round. Our first round reveal is terrible. We have our flooding right away. Blocks all buildings, max 5 blocked buildings here. And then at the end of the round, we're going to have to destroy one of them. Well, this lab and this watchtower, they're going to get blocked. That's our first 2. And this stays in place, so I can't just ignore it. I'm going to have to deal with it. I have my event that also will stay in play. Gains anyone, you can gain any 1 resource. So I guess we're just going to draw the next 4 cards. I have my treasury on top. None of these 4 cards are buildings, so they don't get placed under flooding. I just need to remember there's already 2 underneath here, so it's going to gobble up 3 more buildings. We have 2, 4 coins. I could just flip the felled forest, or if I could get enough, I could flip it to that lumberjack. I have enough coins. I can use this as wood or stone. Do we push? On top is Sir Colin. He's been useless this whole game, so let's push him. Oh, we would be able to do it. We have the lumberjack, but it's flooded. It's flooded. That's our 3rd one. Oh, no. Do we want to push again? On top, I have the stone bridge. I think at this point, let's just pay the 1 coin for our felled forest so it can be a regular forest, and we'll discard all. Oh, wait. The treasury stays in play then. And, oh, wait. You know what? Let's take that back. I forgot I had the favor card. So that favor card, we could gain 1 of any resource. So I could use this for 2 coins, this as a wood, and this as the stone. Sweet! And then we'll flip that for a lumberjack. This will then flip over to the cooperation side, and then we'll discard, leaving the treasury in play. This time we have 3 land cards and 1 building. Our large barn is going to be flooded. Are there 4 underneath here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's only 1 more that we have to place over there. You know what I'm going to do for sure, this Peak Village. I'm going to reset this to Discover Town 105. So reset it to here, and our small hill town will go into our discard pile. We can spend 2 coins to gain any 1 resource with that. I then think we'll sell the 2 trade goods here. That will be 85 trade goods. And then let's use the 2 coins here so we have our explorers available. With our next 4 cards in play, either the villa or the sanctuary, that's our 2 buildings, are going to have a flooding. Let's have it be the villa, unless I think I can upgrade that. I'm not seeing anyway. We're just going to cover that one up for right now. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no more flooding. We'll just keep this out for the rest of the round. We've already discovered border 132, so now I just want to upgrade this magistrate. So let's just keep on advancing. We have our food barn and our useless field worker. Actually, that field worker could double the wild grass for lots of coins if we wanted. I have the diamond mine on top of my deck. I need 2 metal, which I have here, and 1 stone on the diamond mine. I need 2 more stone though. Let's take the chance. Okay, our diamond mine can come out, followed by the royal consort. Okay, that's not the resources that I need. I have Sir Bernt on top of my deck. Do we want to keep pushing? I'd love to upgrade this. I am so close to having what I need. Let's try it one more time. We've got Bernt, and we have the rocky area. The rocky area might work. The rocky area should work. Yes, I think this will work. We can use the wild grass and discard that for a coin to gain 2 stone. We have a 3rd stone here, and the 2 that we need for this, and we can sell this all for 4 more trade goods on top of it. Whoa, and that will mean we've upgraded our magistrate to our strategist. That means we're at 89 exports. We just need to get to 100 to be able to flip this card. I really want to know what's on the other side. We have our sanctuary here that has to be discarded, and we can keep out our field worker plus our food barn. No problem. Let's draw 4 more. We now have a stone street going to the cathedral. We have our wall, which will stay in play, and our large manor. Lots of gold production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually just what we need for our treasury is 6 coins. Do I have to use that, though? I could use 1, 2. That's worth 2. 3. This could double it for 4. And we could use these 2 for 6, but then I'm discarding it. But then we're not using these resources and crossing one out. Why don't we do that? We'll use those 6. That means I'm using this for 2. I am going to use this for 2. That's 4. This will double that one for 5, and this will be 6. And we've done the treasury. That means we'll just discard this. And now that card is worth 10 points at the end of the game. We now have a festival going on in our kingdom with Lord Ethan. We have our fishing boat and our merchant. I don't see anything we want to upgrade because we can't upgrade any of these cards. On top of our deck, we have Pippin. So let's put him out. Oh, and we have our investor as well. That gives us 1 of any resource, but still nothing to upgrade. How many swords do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. I need a total of 6 swords in order to increase my army to be worth 19 points. It's actually kind of appealing. 1, 2, 3. I could use this as 4. So I need 2 more. Well, let's keep going. I've got the tavern on top. And then I have Denethor. I have Denethor here. We'll place another trade good on him. Before we keep drawing, let's first discard our tavern and discover quests. That's 87. Build your reputation by sending your adventurers on risky quests. This card is permanent. Discard the number of persons written for each space to mark 1 from left to right. This card is worth the highest points marked. So 1 person, then 2, then 3. Oh, interesting. So it's another thing we could do. I like that. I'm going to put that out. Okay, I was hoping it was something else. It's still cool. I was hoping, though, it would be something that would make a quest storyline, but I think that's what some of the expansions do. I have them sitting here just tempting me. I can't believe how much fun I'm having with this game. I am so excited to see the expansions. I think I am going to discard Denethor for 2 more trade goods. That'll be 91 exports so far. We currently have for swords 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We would need 6 to make that 19 points. Conversely, now we could just do a quest, or we could do the treasury. We need 7 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6. We almost could do the treasury, actually. That would make it worth 14. Why don't we, and the top of my deck is this young forest. Trying to decide when is it worth it. I think because we can keep our merchant in play, let's discard our investor to go on a quest. So we discard that. We'll score 1 point at the end of the game right now for our quest card. And hopefully we can get some more people out and push that up. With our next 4 cards, we have our Young Forest, the South Hills, our Alchemist, and our Food Barn. I want to upgrade this again to trade goods. Remember, there's that sickness card that we need to spend 6 trade goods, and we can get rid of that. So I am thinking, if I want to do this, why don't I do the merchant? No. Might as well do the food barn. It's here. I'll spend the food barn for the 2 coins to be able to upgrade this back over to the love potion. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The top card of my deck is that young princess. I need to be able to upgrade her. I need 2 people, 2 lands, and 2 buildings. So I have 2 lands. I have 1 person and 1 building. Let's push. So we'll place her out, and we have our castle. Okay, so we have 1 building, 2 buildings. We have 1 person and 2 lands. So I just need 1 more person, and I can then upgrade her. And then for the rest of the game, she's worth 8 points instead of either just 2, or if I don't actually upgrade her, she then turns into this screaming, spoiling princess. My top card is a shipyard. So let's use the shipyard. And we have the young forest. Oh, dang, once again. We have the cardinal on top. Okay, let's see. So that will be our final thing we have to do. Do we want to do anything else before we do her upgrade? Because now I have what I need. I have 1 building, 2 buildings. I can use those 2 buildings. I can use this person, and then once I place the cardinal out, well, so I need the cardinal out. So I'm going to do another one. Oh, we found another wall. And you know what the top card of our deck is now? Our Thunderstorm. Oh yeah, how do we want to do this? I unfortunately don't think there's anything else we can do. I'm going to discard this person and this person, 2 lands, this young forest, and this south hill, and then 2, let's see, I did 2 people, 2 lands, and we'll do the shipyard, and we'll do the castle. But that means we can flip the young prince. Now we have our princess. Now we have the educated princess, and she'll let us gain any 1 resource, and she's worth 8 points. That felt worth it. We will, though, have to discard our young forest. With our next 4 cards, we have 2 negative events. This one, when played, discard the next 3 cards of your deck. So I lose the moat, our labor, and our worker. All 3 of those discarded. Then we'll flip that thunderstorm back over to rain. And then we have our event here. When played, discard the next card from your deck. So I also lose the ambassador as well. And what we could do is spend 6 trade goods. I don't have any trade goods. I've got the 6 trade goods alchemy in this stack of cards and no way to pull it out. I could just use my distant land here for 1 coin and just change this to the crippled. But I feel like I can do that next round, and I should try and take the chance to see if I can get my 6 trade goods. Right? Right? I think so. Instead, I have 3 swords. I have 1 sword here for 4. I have 1 more here for 5, and I have my skilled ally on top of my deck for 6. There's nothing saying I can't advance. So let's advance. No, we're not going to upgrade the impressed boy. I don't have a way to do it. I don't have any metal. So I'm going to spend 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's going to allow us to get 19 points from our army. We only need to do that 1, 2, 3 more times for 40 points, and if we can get to 10, we get to discover card 135, which sounds cool. With our next 4 cards, we have our Knight Architect. I love that. The big one we have is the Treasure Hunt that I can upgrade. I need a coin, which I could get from our Architect. I need wood, which I could get from here, and I need steel, which I can get from the miners. Easy upgrade. I am going to potentially have to deal with the backstabber. Oh, do I really want to deal with that next time? That might put... Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but because I don't want any enemies in my deck at the end, I might wait on that. The reason for that is I know I only have 1 more round after this, and if this is face up this way, end of turn, I have to discover the backstabber, and that would go into my discard pile. There'd be no way I could get rid of it, and then I'd have an enemy, and I'd lose those 35 points. Oh, that's terrible. Let's then just continue to push. Okay, we have our diamond mine, and we have our exotic fruit trees. With those 2... Oh, look at this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already had 5 trade goods. If I had just pushed, I could have almost dealt with the sickness right there. Yeah, when that shows up next time, I think I'm just going to have to push till I find enough trade goods. I'm going to sell both of those. That's 4 total. Well, you know what? Before I do that, I have 2 cards left. Let's put the 2 cards out. We have our treehouse, and we have Ethan's estate. Ethan's estate we can at least upgrade. Actually, we can just upgrade it with our treehouse, no problem. So yeah, let's sell both of these. That'll be 4 more trade goods. Oh, and we might as well sell this trade route as well. So that's 5 trade goods. That puts us to 96 trade goods. So close. And then we will use our treehouse resources to upgrade this finally. Now this one says, when you purge this card, you may save 1 other card from being purged. Maybe we can upgrade that 1 more time. And then that says, when you purge this card, you may save 2 other cards from being purged. How purging works is the actual plane of the expansions, and we'll show you that in a future video. But that's going to end this round. Let's now destroy 1 of these 5 buildings. Looking purely at victory points, there's only 1 building that does not give me victory points until I upgraded a ton. And I just don't see myself getting the villa upgraded. So I'm gonna destroy that one. I could destroy 2 other friendly cards, but I feel like it's better to have more cards in my deck. And I like that all of these are worth points, so I'll keep all of these. And here we are, our final round for the core game. This is kind of sad. We'll discover the 2 cards as normal, 69 and 70, and then it'll be our last round. When this round is over, count your fame and write it in the first box on the side of the box. It's time to brag to your friends. I'm not going to be bragging, but this was just so much fun. Our 2 cards are actually helpful events. We have a royal visit. Cross out 1 resource icon in an upgraded cost on 1 card in play. Or, because it has that red, we can flip, destroy 1 negative card in play. Interesting. He looks scary. This one, add stickers 6 and 10 to 1 friendly card in play and then destroy this. Or we have a feast, and that's just gain any 4 resources. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to do this side. Because that doesn't make this card, be destroyed and gone. You can see this would be a one-time use. I could keep this card, and in the as I play the expansions, I can continue to cross out resource icons for an upgrade cost of a card. That could be really helpful. This is a one-time use. I'm okay with that. Starting our final round, we aptly have Sir Colin out, our Lumberjack, the Wild Grass, and our Field Worker. Nothing we can upgrade. So I think it's safe to say we should just continue advancing, right? I've got some wood here. We can do a ton with wood because we can double it now with our Field Worker. We have our Shipyard, which we can upgrade with 4 wood, which we could get by doubling the 3 and the 1 coin. We have a fishing boat on top. Let's do it. I think that's the best idea. That gives us another trade ship that's worth points. Just remember, any card in my deck that's not worth points is actually worth -1. So these 2 are both worth -1 point. Now this is a person, so she's actually worth 2 points. Minus the 1, she'll be worth 1. It is what it is. Okay, we will discard all of these. None of these are permanent. For our next set of 4, we have our fishing boat, our ambassador, the exotic fruit trees, and our treasure hunt. I'd love to upgrade this now because I will not have to deal with the other side of this since this is the last round, and I can deal with it during our expansion plays. I need a coin, which I have a coin. I need a wood and a metal. I don't have that, but I do have this royal visitor, which she could cross out one of the resource icons on something in play. And we have our servant. So yeah, that will definitely work. We'll have her cross off the metal. So we don't need the metal, thanks to her. And then all we need is, this is the wood, and that's the coin. And then we can upgrade this. This still isn't worth any points right now, but now we have a pirate cove. And I should discard this for 2 trade goods. I believe I now have 98 exports. With our next 4 cards, we have our beekeeper and our strategist, plus the cathedral and our rocky area. I don't see any use for any of these. And the top card of my deck is this stone street. So I do think I'm going to discard both of these persons to have them go on a quest. What an interesting combination, a strategist and a beekeeper going on a quest for 3 points. Our kingdom is now having a festival at the Stone Street. We have some south rolling hills and our diamond mine. I do think with this I have 1 stone. I can convert this one into another stone and this into a coin. And so we can upgrade this, and now this card is worth 2 points, and now it's not going to be negative. And it gives us a sword. We have terraced land. I'm good with that. We also can sell these 2 goods. We now have 100 goods, but I don't believe I can cross this off until the end of the round. So selling exports or trade goods won't do anything else. With our next 4 cards, we have an impressed boy with a wall, a castle, and Pippin. And this is interesting. We have for swords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total swords. I need 7 to get to 25 points. Now I could discard this to get any card from my discard pile. And you know what? This might work. We'll discard our castle to bring in our strategist. Our strategist then we can discard to play a knight. And so that means I can play Sir Colin. Now we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 without the impressed boy. I was thinking I would need to use his discard effect because he's netting us 1 point at least. But now with our 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 total swords, we'll go up on the army track. I do really enjoy that we have these other uses for the swords given that I have defeated all the enemies in our kingdom. And so now we still have a use for it, pumping up our army track. With our next 4 cards in our kingdom, we have our miners, the finishing touch card, our explorers, and cooperation. Interesting, so we could discard those 2 for 3 resources. That doesn't seem worth it. We could add stickers 6 and 10. 6 would be a trade good, and 10 would be 5 points. Let's use it. Let's burn that. We're never going to upgrade those miners. I like those miners the way that they are. So they'll have a trade good, and they're now worth 5 points, plus the 2, so they're actually worth 7 points. I'm going to leave this one as a person because I don't think I need to explore another land this round. I will do that likely when we go into the expansions. I think I'm just going to leave the cooperation and have these 2 go on another quest. Technically, the miners on their own are considered 2, so we just needed just the miners, but I have 2 more going on a quest. That's 6 points. If I can do 3 people, that's 10. For the next turn, we have our mighty mound. I want to upgrade that. What's on the other side of this one? We could discover Town 105 again. Oh yeah, this one we had to reset because we just found Town 105. I only need 3 wood, but I have the rain that doubles nothing, and I can't draw anything. I only have 2 coins here in my treasury. I would need 7. I could discard this for the trade goods, but there's nowhere to put it. So I think we're just flipping this over, and we're discarding, well, just these 3. That food barn can stay out. Our next 4 cards, we have the large manor. That's 6 coins, our food barn, Lord Ethan, and our young forest. Let's do our treasury again, shall we? We need 7 coins. I've got 6 here, plus Lord Ethan. We'll cross off one of these, so we only have 5 going forward, but I still think that's worth it. That will be 7 coins in total. That will mean we'll score 14 points with this. If I can do 8 coins, it'll be 19 points. We've revealed our 4 cards, and our educated princess is here for gaining resources, but our sickness is out. We discard the large barn. That's our top card. Our next one is the trade route. That could give us a trade good. She can give us a trade good. That's 2. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 trade goods. I think I have this one. Spend a coin to play a person from our discard pile. Do we have a person that gives trade goods? We do have one, our miners. So I'm going to spend the 2 coins, discard the moat bridge, so we can bring out the miners. So that means we have 2 trade goods. I have this trade route. Let's put that out. That's 3 trade goods. We also have our small hill town. We can spend 2 goods or 2 coins for any 1 resource, which includes a trade good. So this would be 1 trade good, 2 trade goods, 3, 4. We need 2 more. I have the treasury on top of my deck. I'm going for it. We have our treasury and our royal consort. It may have cost us a lot of cards, but this will be 2, 3. We gain any 1 resource with this one, 4. We have to spend 2 coins for this one, that's 5. And this is 6. And we can flip this. So this was negative 8 points. It's now going to be, well, it's going to be worth -1 because it doesn't have any victory points. But this will give us at least 1 resource, and now we don't have to worry about that anymore. The next 4 cards in my kingdom, can you believe it? The love potion was right here. I'm going to save this for the expansion. I'm going to leave this and not even use it. No reason to use it now. I've already got my quests. Speaking of which, I would just need, I need 2 more people. I have the cardinal out here, so let's advance. We'll place the cardinal out and a laborer. That's 3 people. So I could discard these 3, and then with this, I could keep these 2 out. Fine. That's fine with me. We'll discard these 3 people to have them go on a quest. Can you imagine? A laborer, a cardinal, and an investor go on a quest. What would that quest entail? We'll then discard our sanctuary, keeping these 2 out for 1 more round. I can't believe how much we're pumping up these quests. I don't think I even had this before the second to last round, and now this card is worth 10 points. If we can do another 3, it's going to be worth 14. The next draw, we have the Squire, our Distant Mountain, our Treehouse, and Sir Bernt. We have 2 more people. The top card on my deck is a Lumberjack. Could also do the Treasury. That would need 8 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't have enough for that either. I think it's safe to say we should continue to advance. So we have that Lumberjack. Oh, we have the Laboratory, not another person. This means we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. I would need 8 coins to get to 19. On top of my deck, I do have my watchtower. Let's do it. Let's put it out. We'll do that, and the exotic fruit trees. That means I can look at the next 2 cards. So I've got Denethor and our merchant. That's 2 people. None of these, though, added more coins, and none of those added more people. Is there an upgrade I want to do? I could just do this as an upgrade and discard all of this, but that's not getting us victory points. I don't really want to upgrade this right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I just need 1 more. All right, let's do it. We've got Denethor and the merchant. We'll put those 2 out over here. We have our worker and we have our skilled ally on top, 2 more people. We certainly don't have enough coins, so let's just do the people. We'll do Denethor, Sir Bernt, and the squire. We'll go on a journey together. That's those 3. They're going to do a quest. That's going to push us up to 14 points. If we are able, well, if we end there, maybe we can get to 4. I don't think I have 4 more in my deck. That'd be 20. We only had 4 cards left in our hand, and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 people that could go on a quest. That would move us from 14 to 20 points. Or we could get 2 wood from here and 2 wood from here, and we could upgrade this estate, which would give us 3 points. And the big thing is we could save 2 cards from being purged. I feel like I care way more about that than I do about points. So I do think I'm going to do that. I'm going to X off 2 pieces of wood, just making sure I'm not missing any wood anywhere else. I don't see wood anywhere else. Oh, wait, I don't need to use that. Oh, yes, this is why you look. I have my worker. He can choose a building, and he can produce what's here. And then he will make 2 wood. The treehouse will make 2 wood. That's 4 wood. That's enough to flip this, and that's going to end our game. Now we need to count our fame. We need to look through all our cards, including our permanent cards, sum up all the victory points on their active stages. Note that some cards, especially the gold cards, might require some additional calculations. Yeah, it's going to take me a minute. Are you ready to continue your adventure? Absolutely. The game includes 3 built-in expansions that let you play more rounds, but they'll not give you more cards. You can also get brand new ones, which I have all 3 that are available right now, and I want to play all of them. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Trying to determine the score here was a bear, but I think I've got it. You can see I have these set up in groups of 20 points for all of these. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80. This is worth 30 points. So that's 210, and then this one was 5 left over. So 215 for that. That's what I have. I almost missed that card. Then I had, let's see, what was the next thing? The exports card. So when we completed this side, you'd flip it over, and this side is now worth 25 points. And we've now got more things we can go for, up to 250. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So that was worth 25 points. The armory was worth 14. No, the armory was worth 25 points. The quest and the treasury were both worth 14 points. Our loyalty card was worth 35. We had a total of 24 people in our entire civilization or kingdoms. That was 48 points because of, where's that, strength in numbers. And then unfortunately we had minus 23 points for the 23 cards I have here that had no victory points. If I had used this side, I would have actually had 0 negative points. But no, I did the maximizer. Terrible choice. So based on that, I think we scored 353. Who knows? What I care about is I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Our next expansion that I'm thinking of doing, from what I was reading online, we should do adventures next. So there'd be adventures, and then maybe the distant lands, which is a huge one, and then the merchants, and then we do the 3 small expansions at the end to just make sure that we can have enough time to do the fun stuff in the big expansions, and then we're done for now. I understand there's going to be more to this game, I think. I can't believe how much fun I'm having here. I'm going to rebuy this game and play it with my wife when we go on our vacation. I think she will love this. If you are still with me at this point, I really can't thank you enough. It was so fun going on this journey with you. I want to give a huge shout out to our patrons and subscribers. It's because of you that Bernt and I do what we do here on this channel. And if you're excited to see what we have coming next, then I need you to meet me at the table. Goodbye, everyone.